What's up?
Yeah,
Like,
Marcus
yeah,
talking about he
dude.
broke, but he got the downtown views.
Got the vibes, you know what I mean? Got the Panther,
That's why I'm
Panther on the
broke.
wall.
Yeah, okay.
The skyline behind. All right.
Hey, I got look, man. Until I get this other room together, I gotta put this wherever I can, dog. Wherever I can.
We seen the exclusive Kobe's.
Oh, you seen them?
I'm broke.
I got lucky on those.
I'm broke.
That's why.
We know who sent you them too.
Shit.
You got to have a plug for those, buddy.
Hey, I straight up got lucky on those, dog.
Welcome to the Game 7 podcast. We are actually on time. You dig? Couple weeks of technical difficulties, i.e., I've been uploading two. Anybody here outside of you, Santana? Anybody else here notice a difference in the podcast the last 2 weeks? Marcus probably won't get it because I don't think he saw last week. But you,
I did not.
You notice anything different? Shit, Santana, did you notice anything different?
Right now, today, or you say the last 2 weeks?
Period. Today, last week, week before that.
We didn't pod the week before that.
You know what? Okay, podcast before the last two podcasts.
I know. Sable got that new hairstyle. Yeah. You know, I said them DM. I need to see those DMs, Joe. You know, when she put it out there for the people, I need to see.
They're gonna be extra hurt after this episode.
You know, I need to see.
DM's about to be way more greasy than that.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna do it like this real quick. We're gonna do it like this.
Why?
Like, damn, girl, you work 2 dimes. And as soon as she shoot him down, oh, you a 5. Well, I'm fine. You know,
craziest thing in the world.
That's why I leave. Even though I just called you a dime.
Go from a beautiful queen to you be a 5 in my hometown.
Instantly,
if you hurt, just say that. Just say that.
Yeah.
But like how fast he went to it though, and you really didn't diss him. You know what I'm saying? Like what you said wasn't.
I was joking.
Right.
He was hurt. He was
like, you know what? You know what you are?
You ain't shit.
I lied.
Joke's on you.
Psych,
I'm blocking you before you block me.
What sucked is he blocked me right after he sent it. He wouldn't even let me respond.
Like, how does he block you when he reached out to you? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I didn't reach out to you. Why are you blocking me?
He knew she was about to post it. He didn't want to see that. He knew what was coming next.
See, usually I post it and I save and I don't like show the name. I put the whole thing on there. I said, one of y'all come get your friends.
Listen.
And then one of my homegirls had him on her Facebook. She started posting pictures. He's married, has kids.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you didn't go through go through the comments. He's married and has kids.
Oh, we got a nasty award to give out today.
Oh, yeah. And then he was posting pictures like at the gym in a Speedo.
I was gonna say, didn't he have some underoos pics going on or something?
Yeah, his panties was literally in a bunch. Like literally in a bunch.
That man
why you mad.
That man on Facebook with the tighties on.
I need to. Like, who is this gentleman? Who is this guy?
Check this out.
I don't know him.
I didn't see
no
any
idea
of that.
who he is.
How did I miss that? Was I banned?
No. I think I posted it. It's still
the
up there.
homegirl put the screenshot.
He already put the screenshots in the comments. It was lit.
I didn't see that either.
I
saw what you put.
Mad nasty Nate energy in them pics, bro.
Oh, it's on Facebook. It's on
Big
Facebook.
nasty Nate.
Damn.
I gotta go.
I thought Zucker got me. Damn.
Nah.
Anyway.
So what's different? What's different from the podcast?
Well, in a nutshell, the last couple weeks I've been using Apple products to hear.
Oh.
Yeah, Apple products, not bad. Could hear just fine. The catch to it was I then uploaded, for whatever reason Apple did whatever it did or whatever, I've uploaded for 2 podcasts, audio for the entire podcast, 2-3 hours of podding with just my voice. All other voices went to the Apple podcast.
Yeah, he Marlon Rory this basically.
Whoa.
So there's a couple podcasts out there, you know, we fixed them.
Which is you.
It's just me talking to myself, man. There's nothing else. If you go
laughing and everything. What y'all think? Yeah, word. And it's quiet like this.
Whole argument.
Yeah, you know, it sounds nuts.
But anyway, yeah. So we fixed the first one. We'll fix the second whenever. But I had to switch back, get off the Apple pods, and yeah. Here we are. But without further ado, how was y'all week? How y'all feeling? Y'all want to get straight into the bullshit or what?
I feel all right, man.
I bet you do.
Feel great.
A little bit light.
Bet you feel amazing.
I did game all week. Feel great.
I bet you do. Light on your feet right now. It's them chili cheese Fritos you had at 3 in the morning.
Oh my God.
That shit.
That's my problem. I can get my diet right, man. I eat a lot of bullshit. I ain't gonna lie.
You know Marcus ain't going. Marcus found out you ate some chili cheese Fritos. He on your ass.
You can eat what you want as long as you working off to a certain extent, though.
I like that.
All that.
I like that. But yeah, Marcus, how was your week? How's your
I
weekend
can't complain, man. Huh?
Got you. I see that. You got that provocative Black Panther back there behind you.
Yeah.
That's your
I got like Kaepernick up in here too, just in case these white folks come in here. They know. They know where I stand.
I feel like that's your little transformation over there too.
What's that?
You see that picture? That's a nasty picture, bro. Could be.
Yeah.
It is with this group.
Ate something good.
Yeah, come on, girl.
It is with this group.
Ate something golden over there.
Yeah, you gotta go there.
I'm just saying. Listen, say what you want. Hey, I saw that. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
That's the first thing you thought of?
Eating good. You know what I mean? Drip, drip. Whatever. But Sable, you good? You all right? Got your hair did? Nails good? Everything did?
New hair.
New hair? Who this?
No nails done. New hair. No nails.
Sable, so how them DMs pop after the new story with the new hair and all that? I mean,
I got some interesting DMs. Like, not gonna lie, one of my ex's brothers slid in my DMs last night.
What did he say?
He was like, "You fine as hell." He's like, he was like, "Can I come over?" And I'm like,
"Oh,
wow,
damn!"
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Straight to the point.
Well,
what did she say?
Look at that.
I said no.
I didn't know. I had to ask. I mean,
well, what did you say?
I said no.
I mean, you never know. You never know. Sometimes you can go in, you throw something against the wall and stick. You know, so it's like, can I come over? You might have been like, you know what? You can. Yeah, come on.
No. It's against my personal policy to mess or flirt or date with.
The word of the week is dabble.
Friends of dabble, whatever the hell you want to call it. Friends of men that I've dated in the past. I don't. It's messy. It's messy. Yeah, can't do it.
So if he wasn't,
you need to pass.
Wouldn't do it.
Okay.
If he wasn't, I still wouldn't do it. I'm not attracted to him. He's an attractive guy. I'm just not attracted. He's very skinny. I don't like skinny men. Like, he's skinny. Like, he looked like one of them bugs off of Men in Black skinny. Like, just, he's skinny.
Is he above 6 foot?
He is. He's very tall. Okay. He's like 6'4", 6'4".
Snoop and Baby Boy vibes with the white beat on.
Yeah. No, can't do it.
He meets one requirement. The height.
He meets one, but that's
it. He meets one.
So what else is in the Sable policy book that we should know about?
I don't know. That's like a super vague ass question.
Well, listen.
No, you said you get your policy, so you got to have like a pamphlet.
I do. I mean, I don't have it printed yet.
Put it up so everybody knows when it comes to your page.
On that Kevin Samuels joint. So how much you got to make?
At least as much as I make.
Why you sip the water like that after?
you want to know.
Yeah.
What's up, Marcus?
I'm trying to Kevin Samuels thing. So you know.
So
he gotta make. I don't know how much you make, but
here's my thing. I don't really care about how much a guy makes if he's stable. So even if he makes less than me, I mean, granted, I'm pretty stable in my career. So I don't think I would be able to date someone who doesn't have the longevity in a career shows no stability or is working at McDonald's. Say what you want about it. It just doesn't make any sense for me. But you should at least be close to where I'm at. Yeah.
What if he been working at Mickey D's for about 5 or 6? That's pretty stable.
It is stable, but what are you doing? You still flipping burgers? You manager? What are you doing? And then how old are we? Because there's no real retirement plan. That's not a career. Maybe. I have a career. I have a retirement plan. I have something where I can grow and make massive amounts of money. You get a cap at McDonald's. There's no growth.
But maybe you can help him see life like that.
You smell like a bad guy.
It doesn't mean he's a bad guy. However, if we are in our 30s, you are over the age of 30, and I gotta help you figure out how to get your shit together.
Chappelle show.
I mean, maybe it's together. He want to switch career. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out.
No,
fried guy.
I'm throwing it back. No.
I mean, I know a dude who was flipping burgers.
Calvin got a job.
Yeah, he was a CEO. He started flipping burgers. Now he's a CEO of that particular company now.
That's dope.
Flipping burgers.
I mean, everybody starts somewhere.
You would have passed him up.
I would have if I met him right now, yeah. Because I'm 30.
You met him right now, no, you wouldn't. But back then,
no, if I met him right now, probably not. If he's a CEO, probably not.
Yeah.
But at the age of 33, most of the guys that I'm interested in or talk to are older than me. So if you damn near 40 and you flipping burgers, what were you doing for the last 20 years of your life? That's what comes to my mind. It's not so much of like how much money you make. It's more so, what is your career? Are you going to offer me stability? What happens if I get laid off? What happens if you get laid off? Like, those are the things I think people have to think about. People focus solely on how much money you make. You could be making a shit ton of money and get laid off tomorrow and not be able to find work for the next 2 years. Then what are you going to do? So there's different variables and situations. So it's not so much of how much money you make, but there's a lot of different things that go into whether or not he offers security and stability. But you ain't got to be no 6-figure baller. I don't care.
Listen,
I'm not looking for your money.
What would Game say? What would Game say in a situation like this? Anyway,
he would tell me that I deserve more. He would tell me to go after the ballers. That's what Game would say.
But then
he would tell me I deserve more.
But he would also
say, you deserve everything.
And then he would also turn around and tell you, girl, the billionaires can't keep you happy either. So we don't really know what that
Who
is.
asked him though? That's what I want to know, yo. Who asked you, bro? Like who?
This is my thing.
Who wants to know what Game thinks?
Why is he giving relationship advice? Like whose idea was this?
I don't know.
That's the only thing I'm at with Game. Like right now, nobody went to you and said, "Hey man, what do you think about relationships? I am in dire need for your advice on this. What do you think?" Nobody came to him and asked him this.
Nobody.
But listen, billionaires can't. What he said, billionaires can't keep him happy. 3 billionaires couldn't keep him happy.
It says 4 billionaires lost their women. Money doesn't matter.
Money doesn't matter. But also, girl, if he can't get you that Birkin bag, that dude confused.
If he can't pay all your bills, send his ass back.
Buy you everything. Then you know what?
Yeah, buddy confused as shit, and people wonder why I be like, fam, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, no, listen, because I said it before, but I mean, in context, it's like with rap music, I know it's fucked up and people say entertainment, Lil Wayne being a prime example. But for, I don't know, 20 years, Lil Wayne been telling y'all how, if one more person try to rob me or some shit, it gonna be 30 dread niggas in the lobby. I'ma shoot this, I'ma do this, and you like, nigga, where was them dread heads when Baby was sunning you, literally? You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that has a little. I know people don't care because I argue with JP all the time and certain people about the entertainment value and whatever. But if I don't feel it, I can't vibe out to your music and shit like that.
Yeah, I equate rap to movies now. It's just
and that's great. Listen,
art,
there's certain ones,
like,
but there's certain rappers out there that can separate it and be entertainment. There are ones that you will never ever you'd be like, oh, okay, cool, but in Game situation, rap and get the fuck out of there. Game spent a good number of years being a bully online and trying to fight with niggas little to him while getting butterfly tattoos and running from the fade with guys like 50 Cent and so on and so forth. So when you start to see those kind of things and them patterns of, okay, you are doing a lot of extra shit to portray this tough guy image, whereas a guy like Ice Cube went from 100 to kids movies and he's cool and he's straight, or Snoop can go out here and joke and do these things and he ain't necessarily online. Nigga, Snoop walk around with the shit y'all wearing, with them scarves y'all wearing on y'all head. Nobody say nothing. Ain't nobody say nothing about Snoop. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's the over masculine, over gangster, oh, I want to be tough mentality. And that's for anybody. That's regular niggas too. Like any nigga that's like, oh, I'm still in the hood, I'm in the hood, I'm in the hood, I'm in the hood, I kind of look at you like you a goofy.
But it sells records. It keeps that person in headlines.
It does.
And that's their job. Their job is to sell records. Their job is to make money. Their job is to stay relevant. So that's until
suddenly you want to do some, good shit, or you in the media for a gun charge or some dumb shit, and then people is talking about free the guys. No, fuck him. He went looking for it. He wanted. He grown. Let his ass learn the hard way. That's it. Like, again, do what you do. I don't know. Do what you do. Free the bros. It's just a weird flex to me. That's all.
People are going to exemplify any persona that they run with. You know what I'm saying? So with Game, that's a persona he tried to come into the game with. So he's still trying to hold on to it. My thing right now was that with Game is that he's trying to be famous for not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, if you're trying to be famous because you're a rapper, then rap. All right, put out some hot stuff. Then we'll talk to you. But don't come out here talking about relationship advice, because now you see Justin LeBoy making some money. Now you see Kevin Samuels making some money. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw something out there. So Weedy got a whole bunch of clicks for this. So now I want to say something. It's like, you're not relevant right now. And you're not relevant for what you're supposed to be doing. Is the most important thing.
Let him tell it. Hold on. What'd he say? He said, this is my top 10. Nobody asked you. But also, I'll rap any nigga right now. Like, nobody asked you that either.
And you ain't even put out no projects, no mixtapes. How long? Damn near a decade.
And just to validate my point, he said all of that tough shit. I'll rap against it. And when he get on the song with him, I dare anybody to go look. That's my brother from another mother. Any interview you've ever watched with him,
everybody's his brother.
Is his brother from another
mother. Like the rest
mother.
of these lame ass niggas.
So, at the end of the day, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I just see listen, I always say be cool, bro. Be
I
cool.
just wish rappers, more rappers would be like the Baby. The Baby talk about knocking niggas out in his songs, and he really knocking niggas out in real life.
Hey, the Baby's 5 foot tall too.
The baby
is like that little puppy.
Even the Baby's baby is mad. You know,
the Baby's baby is ready, swinging the Baby's baby is ready.
Yeah. Like Shorty flipped the card and said, "Change your heart on you." Why the fuck am I listening to you about dating advice? Flipped the card and it said, "Change your heart."
You talk about gang, and he cried too.
You have nothing to say.
Yeah, the dating show. That's
Did
right.
He?
Yeah,
he said, I love her.
Yeah,
I never watched it.
Yeah, and he did.
I never
you have
watched
nothing
it.
to tell me about dating.
Yeah, he leaned to the side
and took up Game on Change Your Heart.
And he did the little cry.
I never played that. I never watched it.
Game's a funny dude, man. I said, man, Buddy's interesting. I ain't gonna spend a whole segment on it, but as far as podcasts and personas and everything, I just say be cool. That being said, I'm gonna transition right into one of the biggest topics out there. That's Joe Budden and how that shit is going, how it kicked off, how y'all feel. I'm gonna leave it to you. Go ahead, Santana.
No. Olivia Dope came out. She detailed episode.
I was going before that.
Where before?
Rory
how far?
Rory and Mal.
We didn't even get to Rory and Mal.
Are you talking about Rory and Mal?
Yeah, all of that. And I only ask because a lot of, if y'all paid attention, a lot of what goes on or that transpired with that was about intellectual property, the ownership of it, them building the pod together, the finances and everything else. So one of the things that Joe said prior to it even happening was, I don't even know what's going on with my guys. I don't even know what's going on. And he alluded to, I get on the podcast, I'm supposed to have cohesion with y'all, and I don't know what's going on in y'all personal life. One of the things that he mentioned was like, say I get on here with Marcus, and Marcus, I don't know shit about what you do in your personal life. I don't know who you know what I mean? None of that. And I think he was trying to say something along the lines of, if I push a joke too far, or if I go ahead and I put you on a spot about a relationship or something, and you not in the mood for that today, or you had a bad week or some shit like that, you now triggered. Then the money and everything else comes in. But how do y'all feel about podcasts or that situation, how it went down, and how far you should be going with your co-host or breaking bread. Me and Santana kind of talked about this already. I know.
I feel like it's very hard to do business with friends. You can't do business with all your friends.
Agreed.
You can't bring money into situations with your friends. I don't care how long y'all been friends. I don't care how long you've known each other, how solid they might seem that they are. As soon as you throw money into the mix, shit gets real funny.
Right.
And so I think it's a classic example of doing business with your friends and not taking the friendship out of it. You have to take the friendship side out of the equation. You have to have the business side. You have to be able to make that switch, because if they did in fact have contracts and everything like that, it's really messy. And I feel like Joe, being the super narcissist that he is and just super toxic, he really just fucked everybody over. But you can't do business with all your friends.
Yeah,
you just it's one of those things where you really have to go into it completely educated. About it,
what Joe was saying, and this is the part that I didn't like. I thought it was real nasty. Joe got on there. I understand he was upset, but he went on there and he basically said, "You know what, Marcus, you're fired. You know, I brought you on here. I actually don't even know how you got here. Who invited you in the first place? And
you
listen, right? And you let me.
Right.
So look,
Exactly.
he said, and Santana, you didn't have a place to stay. You lived with me. I didn't even know if you had money in your pocket, if you were working, if you were doing this, that, and the third. But I do remember when you stayed with me.
That's the wildest shit ever
He said,
to
when
say.
you stayed with me, I remember you bought laundry detergent and you put it in your room. I should have knew then. So it's like, when you get to that point, it's just.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do shit with all your friends, because you start to see they should have known better. Joe is he's the king of the meltdowns. But your friends, if you've never been in some shit with them, they're the first ones. If they're not that solid, some shit gets uncomfortable, especially if money's involved, they'll air your dirty laundry out. He should have never did that. Regardless if y'all had discrepancies over the contracts, don't dare your. Why would you air that shit out?
Dead.
Why would you say? And it wasn't we lived together. You lived with me. Basically, you a bum. Then you an extra bum because you hide laundry detergent.
Yep.
That's just so messy.
So hurt too, because all the episodes before that, he's always saying we live together. Me and Ma, we've lived together. We
right
lived
now,
together.
He lives with
that
me.
nigga lived with
well,
me.
Listen,
like,
that's the thing.
Is
what he basically went on, on to say was, because Marissa was a co-host at one point. He said, "Hey, listen, Marissa, say you couldn't compartmentalize your feelings. You didn't want to talk about Drake on here." And that's literally what he said. He said, you didn't want to talk about Drake. You had personal relationships and personal feelings about Drake, but we got a podcast and you got to be able to get on here and say what you want to say. I ain't fuck with you. You fired. And I think he even alluded to she was in her feelings a little bit about them or whatever. I could be wrong. But then to come on there and basically say, it's my podcast. You don't have no say in the shit. And, I'm hurt because Santana, you should have never. We've been through the trenches, or like Marcus. I've known you for since ninth. Yeah. I've been known you since high school. You know what I'm saying, my man.
Right.
So it's like I've known you for X amount of years. You should never question my loyalty, and you should never question, and there should never be a scenario where you take sides with Santana. That's wild.
Yeah, that's shit. Like, how old are you, bro?
But y'all, listen. I don't watch the Joe Budden podcast. I know Joe Budden from that damn reality show. Well, obviously I know Joe Budden from him rapping, but the reality show to me showed me who Joe Budden was, and that's a toxic dude. And that dude is he always starting something and has no rationale behind anything or anything logical that he has anything to do with. He takes zero accountability for anything.
Right.
All right. And the way he reacts to certain situations, you know who he is. So when you talk about doing business with people, it's not just about doing business with your friends, but know who you do business with, period. Right. Like whether it's your friend, colleague, whoever, you know who you're getting in business with. Like you understand getting it, like, okay, you know that friend that always lie about everything. You already know. He cool, but that nigga lie all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know which ones that do certain things. So you know getting in business with Joe Budden, what it's going to be. Right. You're like, you know what? I'm going to try to get this bread. Joe got a podcast. Joe has a following, and it's big and it could be huge. But understand what can happen. I'm taking a risk of doing this because I know what's going to happen with Joe. Like I understand what's gonna happen with Joe. Because it happens everywhere he goes.
Well, that's why Charlamagne them kind of laughed at him because and it's you see episode 35 up there and shit, and I'll name this podcast later. You go from literally the title was, I'll name this podcast later, to the Joe Budden podcast. That's the equivalent of Game 7, and you know what? We got a deal on the table. We're changing this name to Dwight Nash Podcast. How y'all feel about that? Dwight Nash and them
I
other
think
three
you've been
niggas.
low-key gearing towards that, though, listening
think
to
so?
these last couple episodes.
Hey, well, you ain't listening.
I've been watching you, fam.
Listen, you ain't listening close enough, because most episodes I'll be like, shit, Santana, just take this shit away. I don't even want to do this shit today. But all bullshit aside, like, you right, like, it is what it is when it comes to Joe and the business. And that's why, if you've ever listened to my music, or if you ever seen me do anything, I don't feature and fuck with a lot of people. And a lot of people may not know this shit about me, but I've literally walked away from major deals, and I've been involved in a lot of some of the albums that people love. Platinum records, platinum artists, and the rest of that. And if it's not for me, I can't fuck with you. You know, that's how I started my career. There's magazines, there's literally MTV interviews and radio interviews and pictures and the rest of that out there. And most of my following comes from that industry shit. The one thing I've never done and I won't do is follow you in your entourage or dick ride you because you got a little bread, you got a little following. If you a weirdo, you just a fucking weirdo, you know. And I've had niggas in the industry hate on me, but I don't fuck with nobody. I don't want no feature from you because it's gonna make me poppin'. I don't want no feature from you. I don't want you on my podcast because you cool. If I rock with you, I rock with you simply because I would like to break bread with you. I don't ask nobody for no money or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? When contracts get dealt or whatever you do with your business, that's on you. However you build, whatever you do. Hey, Sable, take control of this podcast. Hey, Marcus, you should probably do a sports podcast. Matter of fact, you should do a calendar. I still stand on that, nigga, with your Suge Knight chain and your black shit. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that Suge Knight Death Row shit so we can get paid, man. If you get famous, I get famous.
Now I'm going to go Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? Last time you came over the house, you was taking shit out the cupboard. You know what I'm saying? You was stealing protein shakes last time I went in the house.
Well, not protein shakes, though.
I see some protein shakes up in there.
Yeah, but you're right, though. Like, I learned that the hard way, man. I worked with one artist, if you even want to call this nigga that. I worked with one person. I actually worked with a couple, but one in particular that I did songs with that I thought were dope early in my career. Nigga was a whole fraud. Nigga was scamming and doing everything. I highly doubt there's a 99% chance that this nigga wasn't even singing on the songs. And I can't get them songs back. No, listen, I'm dead serious. There's a 99% chance, 99.9% chance, because there's another artist out there that uses, you can go on YouTube and find every one of these old songs that I did with Buddy in the era that they were in. They were dope. This nigga, I thought we had some shit. Nigga's a whole fraud. A whole fraud.
But see, that's a different story from what Joe Budden's situation is. I think if any of us walked into the Joe Budden podcast or whatever his situation is, we would know who we messing with. Like, we know walking into this, like, all right, at some point this is gonna blow up. Like, it's
Rory
just a
and
matter
Mo knew who they were messing with. Rory and Mo knew who they were messing with. And I don't feel bad for them. Like, y'all did that to yourselves.
Nah, you know.
I'm not saying he's right, but y'all did that to yourself.
So
you know he was.
You know who you're doing business with. So in that case, like in your case, you didn't know. Like, you didn't know this cat, this that, you found out. But then if you decide to go back into it again with dude, then that's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go back in it with dude and you know that 99% of his stuff ain't real, then you decide to go back in again and then find out again, then that's on you. And that's a situation that they find themselves in. Joe Budden, look, we know who he is, man. Like, you go into a Joe Budden, you know it's going to end. You know how it's going to end because all of them end the same way.
Right.
And you know it. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time when you buying your time or you get to decide on when you leaving first. Because if he gets to decide, it's going to end the same way, like it always does.
You're 100% right with that. And I think most people was hoping that his situation and his relationship with them were a little bit more solid. I'm going to be honest. I was one of them, man. I followed the podcast just like I follow Charlamagne's and other people's. And I listened to a lot of podcasts. I drove trucks for fucking 12 hours a night, you know what I'm saying? And music just don't always cut it. And you can't really watch videos. So listening to podcasts is kind of what got me into this way before pandemics and everything else. And you kind of hope that, this is going to work. You would never do your guys like that. Like, Marlon, solid dude. Rory seemed cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to lie. Like, a lot of the shit that went on with Rory and a lot of the shit people were saying and some of the little laughs that he was a little phony to me. And I don't like phony. Like, phony for me is like, that really wasn't that funny, man. Like, why you laughing at that? That wasn't funny. But okay, That's your man's. You got him. Cool. Maul. Sorry. I just don't know. I just don't know why you would fuck over your guys. But Charlamagne and other people called it. Like the second you named it the Dwight Nash podcast, and you got 3 other people there, you open the floodgates for it. Somebody to say, it's my podcast. Do something. That's a wild
especially
move.
someone like Joe.
Well, you know he was gonna do it when he named it that.
Period.
Like
exactly.
you already knew. Like as soon
It's
as he
my
named it that, you knew
podcast.
that's what. Like you knew that's what was gonna happen. Like you knew. Like that's why I named it my. That's why I named it my podcast.
Like,
so I can go out here and tell you when I want to tell you that it's my podcast and I'm done talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like
they should have seen that. They should have seen it coming just based on like listening to Rory and Maul go over the early days before like they actually had contracts. You guys are literally describing all the red flags that we're telling you don't do this shit. Don't do this shit.
But money talks. And the thing is with Joe Budden is that the viewers that they have, that's why they get involved with it. They're like, listen, we're gonna take the chance and just hope. But no, all the red flags was there. Like you knew what's gonna happen.
This is what confused me. They said a lot oftentimes, and I understood it. Oftentimes what was rebutted and what was said was, this my homie, this my niggas, we getting paid to come in here and shoot the shit. It don't really matter. Like, we getting paid to do it. And I understood that. If you holding true to that, if at the end of the day, Marcus sit back and say, shit, for an hour and a half a week, I get to come in here and make 20 grand?
Part-time work.
Yeah, part-time work, and I get to just shoot the breeze. You know what I'm saying? I watched the movie this week, man. What was it?
Until I don't, which they know. That's the thing.
Until you find out. Until you find out I'm a major asset and this nigga making $1 million a week.
Right. But look, as long as you listen, the thing is this, like they knew, all right, I can come in here and make whatever amount of money is per week until I don't. And the reality of it is that if it's up to him, I know why.
Yeah.
We know why. Like we know how it's gonna end. Now, if it's up to me, it's probably not gonna be, because I'm gonna keep making this bread to get this free money. But as soon as it's named the Joe Budden podcast, I already know. Well, this will be coming to an end soon, so I'm just gonna buy my time to collect these checks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm David Ruffin, and these are the temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Rory.
The thing is, they had their name in the small print though. You know, it was
no.
Listen,
that time. You're right.
That time,
I watched
Joe Budden podcast. It was like with Rory and Maul.
No.
They names were there.
Now here's the kicker, right? So they asked it for money. They asked to see the books. Joe says, Joe claims.
Yeah, okay.
So Joe claims. Listen, so Joe, Joe claims I overpaid y'all. They say all we wanted to do was see the money. There's no way I made 20 grand this week, and I know we sold way more tickets at this, and I made 20 grand this week. Something off. And you got a deal over here, and the lawyer's calling me. I'm still making the same amount of money. Why they contacted me? So they said, all right, we want to audit you. We want to see the books. That's all we want to do. Joe said basically, nah, you can't see these goddamn books. I'm not opening books. And if you got to check the books, fuck you. We ain't friends no more. I overpaid you all fucking ready.
You want to know what's nastier and funnier? When he said that it was in his contract that he couldn't fucking tell him. You remember him saying that?
Yeah. Listen.
He said, it says in my contract, I can't tell y'all shit.
Yeah, okay.
I could be held liable if I tell you guys anything.
Yeah, okay.
But no, listen.
He told me, see, did you tell me that you overpaid? See, this is the thing. Like,
hold on.
Listen, I can't get into people like that because you know what? When you start talking me crazy, now we got to do something else because you know what? You ain't about to.
Well, listen, that's what I'm getting to. But listen,
you overpaid me. Okay, well, you know what? You about to get your shit back then. Let me go ahead and give you some back.
But
let me go ahead and return the favor. I don't have time. I don't have time for that.
Listen, he caps it off. He caps it off in the nastiest way, though. Joe capped it off saying, and if you try to start another podcast, I'll sue you.
I'm going to sue you. He said, I'm going to sue you.
Gonna sue the pants off of you. What he said.
So you overpay me.
What?
And now you don't want me to make any more money.
Hold on. I'm fired.
You're in breach of your contract.
I'm in breach of my contract. And if I try to start another podcast because you fired me, I'm no longer on this, I'm going to sue the pants off of you. That's nasty. These are his friends.
At least a year.
Gee.
I gotta stay broke for at least a year.
Listen, that's nasty, bro.
Does Joe Budden seem like a dude who has friends?
No.
Like that? Like everybody knows how this guy is, Joe. Like everybody knows how Joe Budden is. Like he's not friends with anybody.
Oh man. You say he
He's
Russell
not friends with
Westbrook?
anybody.
He Russell Westbrook, NBA?
Russ got more friends than him.
Yeah.
Russ got more friends than Joe Budden, man.
Listen, it's just nasty. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like, and this is where Joe gonna lose, because we're gonna get into what Santana started talking about. Joe gonna lose because Joe typically, historically, sabotages things, and what you don't do, he brought personal into the shit. And a lot, like I said, the points that I made, or the things that I really wanted to touch upon, because business is business, and my man's nasty with all business. The thing that I wanted to touch upon is the fact that this dude felt that he needed to know, say, well, what you did today? I don't know what you did today. Why are we doing a podcast? We're not friends. We're not cool. I don't know what you did. I don't want to. Santana, what the fuck? Fam, you over there living your best life, and you in the club, and I go on Instagram, and that's the only time I know what you're doing? Like, we can't do a podcast. And if you try to start another podcast, matter of fact, Marcus, you bought detergent and you didn't share it with me, dog. So I knew right then I was gonna take money out your pocket. I knew
like,
then.
Bro, come on, man.
So
this
it's
is my
like,
dude when they said you had detergent in the bedroom.
fam,
like what?
Those are the things that had me like, you didn't have to do all of that. Because
I laugh, but why you say it?
I laugh, but
the
listen, I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I laughed about it and I saw it, and you know, like I said, there's a lot of people that have known me for a lot of years. Joe is a prime example of the reason why I don't tell people my personal business, man.
That's why you can't tell nobody your personal business.
Absolutely.
Because as soon as they get in their feelings, that's the shit.
That he is a prime example of why. I've had people ask me like, yo, you talk to your brother today? You talk to him? And I'm like, yeah. Hey, what they do for a living, or what they, I don't fucking know. Hey, y'all talk about this? No, we didn't. Why? Because as soon as a motherfucker get mad at you, you a one-armed nasty son of a bitch. I didn't tell you that shit for you to aim it back at me. Nigga, why you told the world some shit that I told you because you mad? Fuck out of here. Like, he is a prime example of why.
That's disgusting.
It is. It's real nasty.
He's a different dude, man. He's just a different dude. And,
but it's a lot of niggas out there like that, though.
But it's a lot of dudes like that. But, for him, fortunately, he's the one that makes that type of money. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that he displays it, though. Like, he don't even hide that. Like, he doesn't hide who he is. Like, we all know who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what? And he's made money off of that. So why would he change? Like, he's made money off of that.
You know why he should change it?
People listen to his podcast. People listen to Love and Hip Hop because of that. Like, because of him and because of how toxic he is.
Let me go on record and say I don't watch none of that shit.
Being that way.
I don't watch none of that shit. Reality TV show.
But you can't deny this. He's made a living off of being that way.
No, listen, so you're right, and I understand. And again, just in the mind state of being transparent, like that reality TV show never appealed to me. There's a lot of things that niggas do, that toxic shit. Even in the Black Lives Matter movement, there's a lot of people that feel you have to be fully committed to Black lives or Asian lives mattering or unity and shit. And it's like, fam, listen, I'm not dedicating to no bullshit, bro. At the end of the day, my body of work is going to speak for itself. And the shit that I do and the way that I move is cool enough. If it's not enough for you, cool. But I'm not tuning in to see bitches throw glasses of Moet and champagne in each other's face because they mad and they fake mad up for some TV shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. All of that shit, all of them little fucking shows and all that toxic shit, that shit is cool for niggas that ain't got shit to do in no life and don't want to motivate themselves. But that shit is corny, man. That shit is real corny. I don't even know what Jay.
I'll be watching the shit out that shit, bro.
I was like, I'll watch it.
I'll be watching the shit out
of it.
Like, yo, what Ray J?
Listen, I understand.
What Ray J about to say?
I know Santana watch it because Santana want to watch Bow Wow and fucking Soulja
I'm
Boy.
100% watching that shit, bro.
I want to watch that just for Soulja Boy.
I am not.
How do you not want to see that? I'm about to watch all of that shit. I'm watching all of that.
Soulja Boy got one song.
Yeah, he about to get washed, but
look though.
But if he goes in the shit he produced, if he goes in his producer bag though, it's gonna be a long day.
If he goes in his
producer bag, like it's gonna be a long day. I say that.
And writing.
It's a lot of shit that people don't know he produced.
He a confident dude though. I'll tell you that. He believes.
Terrence, get the fuck out of
my
comments.
Of course you watch Married at First Sight, Terrence. That sounds like some shit. You sound like you got TLC on blast on your remote right now.
Yo, you should have kept that comment to your motherfucking self, bro.
I can't wear.
You watch 90 Day Fiance?
I got a trophy around here somewhere, bro. Hold on.
Yo, I got it. What was the show that game was on? What was it called?
I don't know, but listen.
I didn't look that up.
Change your heart.
Listen, Game was on another one, and he got sued for that. Didn't want to pay the girl. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
He tried to do that Flavor of Love type shit.
He sexually assaulted her or something. She said he didn't want to pay the girl. And you know,
ooh, not 90 Day, the other one. Ooh.
Oh, sorry, you got standards. I'm so sorry.
I've never watched 90. I've never watched 90 Days.
Yeah. Yo, that's nasty. I've never even heard of Married at First Sight. I've heard of The Bachelor.
I've heard.
Look, anything on TLC is like.
I ain't gonna lie, that the prison one or whatever. What's the name of that one? That shit funny as hell.
Love after lockup or some shit.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that shit is.
That's
insane.
a show. Hold on. That's a show.
Insane.
That's a show.
I've never heard of this show.
That's a show. Hold on, y'all got to
Love
After
Lockup, bro.
Love After Lockup.
That shit is
lit. What happens? What channel is that on?
See Britt say bravo.
I gotta write this shit down.
It's like it's one of those things like you watch
there.
And it like sucks you in because you're like, this is really happening right now.
What?
It's
Love After Lockup.
She said, "Oh my
crazy.
mama."
Love After Lockup.
Oh my mama, I'm weak. What the fuck is what they? Okay, listen. What do they do? You get locked down, obviously.
Yeah, they be locked up.
What
What
do you
you wrote some letters to them? They get out.
What do you do?
That's who they in a relationship with.
They start a relationship in prison.
Then he get out and find out who he was really messing with. Then he magically shows up to the door. And now you fight. Like it's crazy, bro.
What?
Wait. He said, "Now you fighting."
Hey, I'm telling you.
He said, "Now you fighting."
What is going on?
What?
Hey, I'm telling you.
Wait.
Yeah, watch. Just go to YouTube and watch the highlights, bro. You'll see.
Nah, bro, that's
You gotta
wild.
really sit there and watch it. It's all on YouTube.
Give me one example of why they got out and they fought the person that held them down in jail. Give me one example. Please tell me.
Bro, it's so like
it was Bubba.
Yeah. yeah. Yep.
He got catfished out of the lockup. He thought it was Sharon. It was Bubba. What?
Yeah, boy, you gotta watch, man.
I don't. Okay, Love After Lockup.
High value man right there, Jay. High value man.
That View says otherwise. You follow Marcus on IG. We saw those boxes of shoes.
Yo, that's a fake. That's fake background.
He pulled a goddamn Kodak Black on us.
Yo,
that money I be having on Instagrams. That's prop money. I ain't got no money. That's prop money.
This money ain't real.
That shit
ain't real. This money ain't real.
This money I got on Instagrams. Yo, you got $1 million in shoes over there, my G. $1 million. And I know from the last gold box that you just opened this morning with a Kobe logo.
Did you open it on IG? Because I didn't.
He didn't open it. He didn't open it. He opened it, but he didn't open it.
Phone right now.
I was waiting. I was waiting. I saw the box.
Had he
opened
opened
right
it,
there, IG. Like, hold on.
Yeah, I tuned in. I'm not even gonna lie. Marcus,
I know they're Kobe's, but I'm just trying to see what's in the box.
I have never waited for somebody to reveal what was under a shoebox ever. Never. When I seen the Kobe logo at the time and place that I'm in life, I said, "What the fuck he got over there?" And you never did open them. So now you just got to say, "I need to know what's on."
Man.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, you need to open them. I'm trying to see what those are because I've been looking on StockX at some Kobe's and I'm like,
I can't find none.
Man, let me turn my notifications on.
I can find them.
You can find them, Joe.
It's just the price.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. I can't find none that I can afford.
Yeah.
No, you can't find none that you're willing to pay for, which is two different things.
Listen, I'll
It's
pay.
Like,
I'll pay.
That's two different
That is a little different.
There's some that I can. There's a lot that I can afford, but I
Can't afford or want to pay is two different things.
There's some black and white Jordan 1s that I've been eyeing for like a month, and I can't bring myself to spend that kind of money on them.
I get it, man. Don't get hooked. Don't get put on the fight.
Scratching. He got the Pookie scratch. He said,
look,
shit is rough, baby. Shit is rough, baby.
It's like going to your little meeting with the sneaker homies too. They don't talk you out of it either. They be like, "Oh, and I get it. I understand. I got it." Then after we buy the shit, we be like, "Damn, we shouldn't have bought it, man. What? All right, we gonna quit. We gonna stop. And then here it go again. Here it go again.
So you have a shoe addict circle, like y'all have a support group.
We do, man.
He had deliveries. He never even. I seen the video. He never even opened the box. He knew they was coming. He put them off in his whole room with all the rest of his shoes and was like, "I'm not opening them." I seen all them shoes you got, bro. It don't make sense.
It doesn't. It makes zero sense whatsoever.
But if you sold them today, listen. Here's the thing: if you sold them today, we rich. Y'all like how I put the we in there?
Say we.
I mean, look, I will say this. We'll have some cheese. This ain't Bitcoin now. Now, we ain't doing that.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
We in the age of, what's the NFTs? We in the age of NFTs, and people just want shit. You can't find nothing, especially when it's sentimental value or, down the line it's going to be worth something. I damn near think we leaning towards and going towards the age of Demolition Man, where if you got, some vintage candy bars or something in there, you rich. I damn near feel that way. I'm gonna be honest with you.
The thing is today is that like a lot of shit that I have that's real old, like the new sneaker generation, they don't really care about that. They only care about all the hype shit.
Travis
so,
Scott.
So all the stuff, like I got a lot of stuff that a lot of people haven't seen or don't have any value to them just because it ain't hype. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a collab. It means something to me, but don't mean anything to them. So like for me, those shoes, I probably wouldn't ever sell them. You know what I'm saying? They mean something to me, but they wouldn't gain as much money on the market just because they're not a collab. Now, if you got a collab, like I got some stuff back there too that's ain't never been worn dead stock. That's collabs. That's just doing dumb money. You know what I mean? But I ain't selling that either. That just gonna collect dust.
If you want somebody to buy shoes, not all in your video creasing them shits up, come to Death Row. That's all I'm hearing over there, boy. You got some shoes. Listen, I applaud it. I'm still mad at my mama for selling my or I don't even know what she did with my goddamn basketball cards that I had growing up.
Oh man, my mama still got all my cards, bro. Still got them.
This nigga rich too. Santana.
Woo! I still got them. Oh,
Santana.
Oh man, you just reminded me.
What's up, bro? I like that shirt you got.
Still
on.
got them.
What that shirt say?
Who that?
Your shirt. What's your shirt?
Your
say?
shirt.
I can't see Jason blocking. Yeah.
Jason blocking.
The Looney Bin, bro.
Looney Bin. That's a nice shirt you got there, man. We always
Appreciate
been friends, right?
I seen your store too, though. Relax. I seen your store up there.
I'm just saying, you got all your old basketball cards.
I gotta hit that
I
site
don't know.
up.
I went off to the Army. Don't know what happened to my card collection. What I do know is I had an extensive card and CD collection, and
see, luckily my mama a hoarder, so I still got.
Yeah, I don't know.
I still got shit from. I got the original newspapers from the Bulls, all the Bulls championships, all that shit like that.
You rich
somewhere? I still got like the original print newspaper. Still got them. So
I think the only original newspaper I got was when Obama got elected.
Oh.
I saved that and I had it covered and everything. It's at my mom's house. Hopefully, still at my mom's house. I might have to go check on that, but yeah.
All right, well, yeah. What else you got for us? What was the other part of that?
Sean.
I mean, look, we can't get past. We're gonna talk about Joe Budden. We can't get past the most important part of the whole Joe Budden situation this week.
Yeah.
So with what's her name? Santana.
Yeah.
DJ. Olivia Dope. Yep.
Yeah.
She got on and she highlighted the episode in particular. I think it was like episode 16, not an ad, but like see the I don't remember the name of it. See the thing is or something like that. But I watched every time. I watched the whole episode plus the timestamps. That shit was nasty, bro. Like,
I still gotta watch the episode. I watched her notes and everything, but I didn't watch the actual episode where the edits.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't watch the episode. I just watched.
Oh
the
no,
edits.
I did. I watched the one you put in the chat where it had
That's
the
what I
cuts
watched.
where she
That's
was
what I
saying,
just the timestamps alone, right?
that's
That's all you need. That's all you need to see. I just watched the whole thing to see the vibe.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Mad uncomfortable.
I think it's important because in the simple fact that although there were things there was a lot of things going on and how the dynamic and the atmosphere that was going on throughout the whole podcast, because she was sitting there saying, hey, I feel uncomfortable here. I feel uncomfortable here. But then what she was giving off wasn't uncomfortable either. You know what I'm saying? But now she's saying she's laughing it off, trying to not show that she's uncomfortable. But while we're watching the show, even though she's giving the timestamps, she seems like she's kind of okay with it. Then her castmates are definitely co-signing on with Joe. Like they're definitely taking it as it's a joke and they're just running with it. And obviously, and they almost were trying to basically get her to actually laugh with them even more than what they were.
I
feel like it was to kind of look at the episode from how she timestamped it and to say how she was really feeling to what I was viewing throughout the episode, because had she not done that, I would have never taken it that way. Now, I agree. Some of the stuff he said, you just don't say. Like even when she was like, some B, what do you say?
He said, bitch hit the button.
Bitch hit the button or some shit. Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Like you can't talk to a female like that.
Right.
Like I don't care what you do, who you do, what your network is, you can't talk to a female like that.
Right.
Like you can't say that. They can call each other that, but you can't call them that. Okay? Just as simple as that. You know what I mean? So then she was talking about how a lot of things got deleted out, you know what I'm saying, of the episode, nasty. Which was interesting to see if that would have happened or not, of what was going on. But it was crazy, man, because obviously, and from a point of view of Sable, you're the only female on this show, you know, it's how we talk about if anybody was kind of joke about something or say something, it's a fine line between, okay, that's a joke, and maybe you feeling uncomfortable, and how you would address that as a female is saying, hey, I need you to address this. I'm not trying to call you out, but I need you to know that that's not okay right now.
Well, and it goes back to knowing, like we said, with the whole Rory and Mal situation, you got to know who you're doing business with. Now, me, I have a little bit more of an open mind. I probably joke worse than a lot of men do. So certain things may not affect me, but I also have no problem speaking out if I feel disrespected. However, I have been in situations similar to hers where, especially at my workplace, because of where I work and the people that I deal with, where you have had some men, especially if they're powerful, they might make jokes that make you uncomfortable. And you're so shocked, you don't know what to do. You're so in a state of, did this really just happen? So you have that kind of uncomfortable laughter and kind of, all right, let me just play it off. I don't want to ruffle any feathers or make a big deal about it. You know, maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. Like it's something that as a woman, I think majority of women have experienced once or twice. I'm glad she said something, but he got to know Joe pushes the line way too fucking much, and he's out of pocket. Even if she was, it's just, he even said, we don't know. I don't know you like that. We should go out. We should hang out. So if you don't know her like that, why are you playing with her like that?
Yeah, Joe,
if it really wasn't that serious, why are you playing with her like that?
Joe's a different type of dude, man, because he definitely came off to me as entitled, and in that particular episode, to have the balls to go on there, even in his apology, to go on there and be like, us at the Joe Budden Network or Joe Budden or whatever.
You mean you?
Exactly.
Right.
Nigga, you've made it clear you are the network.
I know
you.
Nobody else made the
This ain't CBS. This ain't
Viacom. Yeah, like they did their job.
That's you.
See, and that's
I would have jumped in the camera. Ain't no us.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, fam, at the end of the day, I got a job to do. Y'all allow me in most episodes or whatever to edit things out. Some shit harmless, some shit harmful, but I've noticed the, quick bathroom breaks come back, whatever. You notice them things, but that was one of the reasons why I've always said I record live. I record live, and it's same time, same place. There's no editing. There's no coming back and being like, oh, let's do that over. Let's do this. And a lot of people never really understood why I wanted to do that. One of the main reasons is I'm confident in who the fuck I am. You got some shit to say it in the comments. Guess what's going to happen? We're going to address it. If you don't like me, don't sub me. Say it. But aside from that, for me to get out of my body and to sit back and say, yeah, we should fuck. or we gonna be a power couple, or we gonna do this is a wild thing to do, whether you a CEO, you a regular dude on the show or whatever. He put that woman in a position where she, I'm sure, felt like what most women feel on the daily is, do I address this now? Why are they complicit in this? Everybody's laughing. Is this a joke? Is this serious? I feel uncomfortable personally. Do I want to lose my job? Do I want to risk it? Is it an opportunity? I've worked for this. I've worked for that. And then at the end of the day, she decided to walk off, which is always telling to me, because one of the big things in the Bill Cosby shit that I always said was, why the fuck did you come back? One time a nigga touch you a wrong way and you don't say nothing or you don't do nothing. Most of the victims said they came back. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people probably kill me for this, but as an adult, if you know that somebody is not good for you and somebody drugged you, touched you inappropriately, and you come back, that to me sounds like consent. That to me says that you made a conscious decision to go along with whatever that is for either personal gain or whatever. Now, if you leave, which she did, and then she come back and address it, nothing to gain, lawyers said what they needed to say, I kind of believe you. But you can't convince me in most situations, whether you're gaining or whatever, that you didn't go into it and feel like, oh, Marcus, you said what to me? And I came back and we was cool and whatever. You're a rapist. You did me wrong. No, you did yourself wrong. You did that wrong. If you had a problem with it, address it up front. And I think she fed off of it. Watching it back, like you said, Marcus, watching it initially, I probably was just like, yo, Joe is wild. I think that's what most people probably say. Yo, this nigga's wilding. You're wilding. To watch it back and her explain it is like,
you needed the edits. You needed her to explain it the way she did. And I can't remember, now, did she say that he was like, I want to F you?
Yeah, he said all of that.
And they edited that out and they took it out?
He said,
is that what happened?
She said a lot of things that he said, including hugging her and grinding on her, that she didn't see until going back. And it feels like she was basically saying what a lot of women have said. They had an out-of-body experience where they were there, but they weren't there. And she was probably calculating and dealing with things and trauma and what the fuck is going on. You even see her go back and say, this is awkward. I'm sure in that moment she probably had a bunch of emotions not sadly, but realistically, what I've said in our group chat was, the thing about harassment is it's at the discretion of that person.
Exactly.
And you know, who are you to tell somebody that they didn't feel uncomfortable or they didn't handle it right?
But there were two other females there too.
And they listen, what I saw from the other girls was they was going hard. They was like, yo, Joe, you can't say that and fuck that and whatever.
Mandy was. Bridget was kind of.
They did, especially
Bridget kind of told the line. Mandy was like going at it.
She told him, look, you can't say that. As far as when he said the B, you can't say that. But honestly, I didn't feel like they were coming to her defense throughout that whole show through that edit. Like I didn't feel like that. Like I didn't feel like they felt her being uncomfortable.
But I feel like they because he already alluded to, he knew him, he had a relationship with them outside. Again, he's consistent with what he said as far as the men's podcast.
Regardless of the fact, they know that, but listen, they also know that they don't have a relationship outside of this. So her friends know that as well. So knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, what's going on? All right, okay. You know, I'll see it.
Sean. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, continue. Continue.
So they know everything that we know. They know everything that Joe knows. They know that she doesn't know Joe like that. They don't have a relationship. They also know the comments that Joe has made to her because Joe has made them in front of them. So for me, watching that back, I was trying to see if the other girls at some point were feeling her uncomfortableness and being like, can we try to put out this fire a little bit? And I don't feel like they did. Now, they're addressing the B part. You got to address that.
Well,
I mean, you have to address that.
Listen,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
No
like,
matter if you feel like your girl is awkward or not, you got to address that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you watch Joe Budden podcast, let me tell you an awkward moment for me, right? An awkward moment for me a couple weeks ago before all the bullshit happened with them. Rory, Maul, Joe, they do this little back and forth. You could tell there's tension in the room. It ain't a lot of cohesion. But Joe invites Rosa Acosta on the show. Rory's damn near engaged, if not married, and living with his woman. He telling Rosa to get all up on Rory, and she's doing it. It's on camera. He released it. I looked at it and I was like, yo, this is awkward, because at the end of the day, we know who Rosa is, old video chick, bad, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got your homeboy in a situation where you know he got a woman at home, and you're going to air it. Forget what's behind the scene. You're airing an episode where this woman is all up on this man, touching them titties, all on, you know what I mean? It's like
I seen a video of that. I seen a video.
Yeah,
of that.
it's a video of it, and it's
Yeah,
you can go on the page.
Dude was telling like this is uncomfortable. Like, this
yeah,
like,
and again, not for nothing, but Rory's grown. Get off me. Everybody in there.
You're in a tough situation because you don't want to be.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
To her.
Well, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in the essence of in a you know, trying to be consistent with who Joe is, he don't give a fuck.
No,
and there's not men. Those dudes that are around him are yes men. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, not sorry, but yeah, you don't want to make it awkward. But if I'm in the studio and I truly, you know, my thoughts, because she was upstairs and she was upstairs for a reason. That episode wasn't just there to be interviewed. She was upstairs. So if you there for Joe, fuck with Joe.
Right.
Get her the fuck up off me. And if she's there for the crew and you want her touching on me, fam, you edit every fucking thing else out. Why you air this and put this at the promo clip?
Xfinity must have cut him out.
They had enough of his shit.
I mean, the thing is with that is that you just, no matter what he's there, you don't put your boy in an uncomfortable situation.
No, but Joe doesn't relationships. He doesn't respect personal boundaries. So it's not surprising at all.
Joe don't respect anything. You know what I'm saying? But I shouldn't have to listen. We know that, but I shouldn't have to come to work and you putting this girl all up on top of me, knowing my wife is watching this show.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right. I shouldn't have to tell you.
Like, yeah, I don't need to go into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know better.
Yeah,
I don't need to go to this. I don't need to tell her, listen, you know my situation. You know what's going on. Even if you don't respect that, disrespect me. You don't respect relationship, that's fine, but respect me as a man. Respect me as a man. You know what I'm saying? But he don't respect the damn thing.
What was it? Santana, you watched it, man. You know, they had a lot of episodes where they alluded to, and they would get down to, you know, one of the things that I loved about watching and listening to the show, whether it was Cap or otherwise, but they would touch on a lot of things. And some of the things that they would touch on that I really liked was the fact that, you know, there was certain codes and certain things that women did that they didn't understand for men. And they would put that out there like, yo, why are you worried about Shorty? I'm not fucking with Shorty. Shorty is clearly visible. She's not her. You know what I'm saying? Or shit like that. And then you get to listen to them. You know, I know you understand what I'm talking about, Santana. You get to listen to them talking about how certain relationships they build with certain people when they come into Houston or they come into Dallas or they come into, you know, Chicago or some towns, they got them. But your woman wouldn't necessarily understand it. I ain't fucking her or whatever. This is a relationship that I built. She's connected to this. This is what it is. I got certain people I only fuck with when I come there. So the business aspect of it, I understood. Now, we can go to the undertones of certain shit because everybody honest and real. There's certain niggas, NBA players, leagues or whatever, rappers that come to town and they want their little dip. Tiger Woods showed us that. But
shit, he ain't the first.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't the first. So if we talking and you know my woman is typically there, or if I'm going through some shit, or if I don't want to fuck with Shorty, why would you then air some shit or even entertain or push some shit on air that would incriminate me and fuck me up and make me go back home to this? That was the thing about it that just kind of had me fucked up because I'm going to be honest. Like, I watched Rory mention his woman all the time. Santana, you might have heard it. For the last few episodes, it feel like he's single.
Oh, he say I don't want to be messy talking about other people's relationships, but
yeah, it sound like
between that type of shit and between the shit academics is on, like it looks silent for him right now.
Yeah, he looks
like he's single right now.
Right, and I remember
he hasn't even mentioned her at all.
He ain't mentioned
every
her.
Episode
he ain't say nothing. Right, but you don't know what's going on. And then if I'm starting to add and pick up the blocks, and I'm getting to a point, but if I start to pick up and add the blocks together, you got this woman in here, you aired it. and I normally talk about my woman. I'm not talking about it. I'm clearly on edge. You talking about how I don't know what's going on in your relationship, in your personal life. I'm telling you it's not up for you and up for you to even know about it, but I'm dealing with some shit, and it's not some shit that I talk to you about. Whether you want to know it or not, it's just not some shit that I'm going to give to you. But it sounded like to me, my man Rory was going through some shit in his personal life, and Joe Budden did everything that he could to egg him on to bring him down to that level of misery, right? Same kind of thing they did with Savon. Savon being behind the scenes and everything that they did from the Apple Music playlist on of teasing this man and shooting this man's whole, game and get back and whatever. It's a wild thing to sit back and find entertainment in somebody's misery. So that all spoke to me, whether it was the woman's podcast or the men, to what you were saying earlier, Marcus. There's a certain type of nigga, and that nigga is just like, come be miserable with me.
No, he taking the whole house down.
Yeah,
he need no
I'm
Brown.
burning his back.
Exactly. Oh, I'm taking all y'all with me.
Exactly. There you go.
If it's behind the scenes, it's gonna be on the scenes now with him. That's another thing.
Yeah, you can't trust him.
Well,
Rory wasn't saying nothing. Like
Rory
he
and Mar,
does all the little shit to try to make Rory say it or bring it to light type. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and Rory and Mar even alluded to the fact that the new cats, Ice and Ish, they ain't that solid.
They ain't rocking with him like that either.
Yeah,
it ain't like how they make it look.
It wasn't even they wouldn't rock with him. It was alluding to the fact that Joe really don't rock with them like that. So it's like, yo, you talking about people and you fucking up relationships and shit like that, and it's like, yo, you bound to go down in flames. But I say all that to say, Buddy's consistent in one thing only, and that is the fact that he really don't give a fuck. He wants you to be miserable with him. He wants you to be fucked up with him. He gonna burn that whole bitch down, like you said, Nino Brown.
Yeah.
You coming with me type shit, and it's wild. It's a nasty thing, but like you said, know who you doing business with, know who you fucking with at the end of the day.
And even the people who doing business with them know it too. They gotta know it.
Oh, they should know, because it just popped up on my phone. Another ex co-host just came out with some shit on them. They literally just popped up on my phone.
Like they gotta know.
For Tahiri.
And all the stuff that's happening, especially with girl, it's like, you know what? Nobody's surprised. Nobody's surprised about this. But see, it's different when it's not scripted. You can't act a fool when VH1 ain't scripting it.
Not yet.
You can't really do all that. So now it's a whole different ball game. And in this culture, it ain't going down. But you know who you're doing business with. They know. They had to know.
Yeah.
Who was the next person, man? Nick Cannon, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Nick Cannon. Black excellence or get the fuck up out of here. They said he's trying to King Toxic. Hey, listen, I'm gonna applaud him for one thing and one thing only. And
I'm waiting.
I'm applauding for one thing, and that is changing the narrative of what a fuck boy is. Because for a long time, the typical fuck boy, and this is no pun intended to what he's actually out there acting on and doing, but Nick wasn't necessarily considered in his type of
Nick was a clown. Everybody Nick flew under the radar. He was classified as a clown. But that's why you can't trust these niggas. Because you never know. Never know. These niggas out here hiding. You can't trust these niggas.
You already knew that they knew. Like,
here he is.
We may not have known, but everybody in the industry know.
But to the point of pregnancy,
Nick Cannon's a cornball.
No, what?
But you know what?
Hey,
did anybody know
Marcus, you know listen, the industry
knew Nick was a sniper out here.
Hold on. Exactly. The industry knew. No.
Yeah.
The industry knew Nick was knocking them off. That was a consensus around for years. Nick is knocking them off. What you call him? A hardcore assassin, a sniper. He got a list.
Right. No. But this nigga got 7 kids. That's completely different than knocking bitches down.
That says more.
Every nigga in the industry.
Somebody letting them.
Hold on.
It definitely is different.
He be on the shade room one day, and then here you come tomorrow letting them hit and getting pregnant and posting.
Listen. Look, the simple fact that 2 chicks posted 2 Valentine's Day things on the same day.
What you got, Sean?
Hey, hold on.
Like, you had 2 different women post how much they love you on Valentine's Day. 2.
Who gonna post it this week for number 8 and 9?
Hey, hold on. Man. 2 things. They said 2 things.
Father's Day about to be lit.
Bro,
Yo,
they
and
said
then the last one was like happy. The last one was happy that she was pregnant. Like, I'm like, okay, for real.
she said, I'm in a club, I'm in here. Listen, two things. They said he went from a sniper to shooting up the club. That's a whole different shooter. Shooting up the club. And
And what?
And what?
not listen, I can't even talk right now. I can't. Nick is different. This Nick is different,
Like-
yo. This nigga wrapping up the wrong head.
Hey, but he said it out loud what he was on though.
They
I don't know if
said it.
y'all-
They
He
said
did.
on that
did.
TI podcast, he told us
He
to our
did.
face.
Wait, what he
told us
said?
to our
What he
face.
said on the podcast? I mean, I don't know.
He doesn't believe in he doesn't believe in monogamous relationships.
Yeah,
So he
yeah, I heard
believes in that shit,
And
which
I
is
want
cool.
100
Whatever.
kids.
Cool.
He said it.
But God, I didn't know he was starting this year
Right.
every month. Like,
You ain't want to start a tribe. I mean, God, like you may not want to have a monogamous relationship, but God dang, like you ain't gotta go make babies with all of them.
Hey,
Hey,
Like,
he told
damn.
us to our
they
face. yo.
said he wrapping the wrong head up.
Like, and look, what does it say about these chicks though? Because
I
you
want to
know
know
what I
what
said, come
Mariah
on.
did to him, because after Mariah, I feel like that's when he really started to go wild and the fuck out.
No pun intended, huh?
But
he knew who he was. You find out.
No pun intended. No,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
pun
yeah.
intended.
Look, sometimes when you get that one, you're like, okay, now you figure out who you are. He didn't know who he was then. He put
I guess
Mariah.
not.
He put Mariah.
So
on.
he had-
Anything is possible now.
What's this
Anything.
inside
Yeah.
scoop though?
He had 2 kids with Mariah, so he has 5 kids out of wedlock. 5 kids out of wedlock.
How many baby mamas?
Hey, somebody
Out of
letting them.
five?
Somebody
Four.
letting them do it.
4 now. 4?
Right.
I think
So
4.
what is
4
it
or
saying
5.
about these females that keep laying up and being like, okay, get me pregnant?
Hussies.
Hussies. He said hussies. You had to sing it like that though?
I had to.
Like, how much money does this dude have?
Enough.
Nick
got a lot of
some
money.
They got some
They got a
money.
lot of money.
My point is that he got a whole bunch of money. If these females
Oh,
keep
a
being
lot of
like, you
money.
know what, I'm gonna
The
lay up.
worst- The worst
hope I
part
hit
about this, what sucks about this is that, and I look at it from the child's aspect, is that those kids are never have a full-time father.
Never.
They'll never have a full-time
Never.
father. They will only see him sporadically throughout the year, especially if he's going down the track that he's going and still wants to make more kids. They will never have a full-time father.
I don't know. I'm putting nothing past Nick. It's probably about to be a bunch of sister mamas out here. That's gonna be next on the Shade Room Watch.
Nah, this dude.
I'm
is-
telling.
I
All
don't
right,
think-
y'all heard it from me. Y'all heard. I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised when they come out. They
Dude,
got a whole
dude is-
compound. They
hey.
all live together.
It's just so irresponsible, man, to just go out here and do this.
It is very reckless and very irresponsible.
I mean,
It's ghetto. Fuck you.
It's ghetto as hell.
It's
ghetto as hell.
Fam, listen.
It's very ghetto.
Hey, we
like
know
if he
you
didn't
ain't
have any
wrapping it
money,
up.
he'll be getting dogged
There
like
you
crazy.
go.
And
If he
see,
didn't have
that's
any
the
money.
There
craziest
you
part.
go.
Is that because he has money, everyone thinks, it's fine, they'll be all right. But the
See?
guys that do it from
See?
regular, then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're a
Yeah,
horrible
they're like,
person.
See?
You ain't shit.
That's the
You
same
ain't
as
shit.
You
chivalry.
doing this? It's like,
If you got the money, it don't matter. That's all I've
It's
ever
fucked
been
up.
saying.
It's
Don't-
wrong.
if you
It's
got the
wrong.
bread,
It's
do
wrong.
what
I
you
hate it
wanna do.
here.
Like
I
we
hate it here
act-
too,
we
Sarah.
actually like Shade Room is actually out here celebrating this shit. Like they out here talking about.
Oh,
this.
congratulations on your 7th
Congratulations.
child.
Congratulations! Instead of saying, "Nigga, what is you doing?
I think it's sarcasm.
Like, what are you doing?"
But in the all skeet news, that boy getting invented up, man. He got the money. Fuck it, the boy. And what you gonna do? It's Nick. He's corny.
That's
He's
the women saying.
He's wholesome. It's Nick Cannon, Dad. Nick Cannon's hilarious, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, women are not out here tearing his ass down. They not denying the man. They gonna still, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But
just-
I
They
need
going
them
right
to
the
do
IG
this,
posting the baby name and everything,
Yeah.
bro.
Listen, I need them to
Right
do
the
this.
IG.
Listen, it's embarrassing. And
It really
nobody's
is.
telling
Trash.
them it's
It really is,
embarrassing.
man.
It's trash.
It is trash.
Everything we said.
This
is reckless,
whole
it's
this
irresponsible,
whole
it's embarrassing.
situation,
Man,
the whole situation gives me hot dog water vibes. Hot dog water vibes. Hot dog water vibes. It's
ghetto.
trash.
It is
It's
ghetto.
ghetto as hell. Don't nobody want it. This is trash.
They want it
I
though.
hate it here.
Listen, what does that say about the
man.
women that, like you said, are complicit and are sitting back here saying, I don't got shit. Because that's all he's saying. Well, I don't know what I'm doing in my life. I don't know where I'm going. Fuck it, I get pregnant by Nick Cannon too.
Right. I'm a
Like,
wildin' out girl. I have no future. And you
Yeah.
know what? I'm about
And
to go ahead and get
know it.
pregnant by this
If
dude.
you tell me that you don't see what he does at work, if you don't tell me you don't see who he fucking with,
Oh,
if
they
you
know.
tell me that you ain't seen the news of your boss or the nigga that hired you and the news that's going on with him is his third baby, his fourth baby, his fifth baby, his sixth baby, and decide, oh yeah, I'll let you go raw on me tonight. You know what you was doing. You're
Right.
literally sitting back saying, I bet
Trying to hit the lotto.
I bet it's a text somewhere to her homegirl say, hey, Nick and me raw right now, girl. Watch this. I bet it is. I'm getting this bag right now. Her girl said, you better
Trying to hit
get
the
that
lotto,
money.
Joe. Trying to hit the lotto.
I guarantee you 100%. They got their IG post in their notes already right now. The next about 5 women
About how
are
he
ready to
ain't
copy and paste that next caption on IG. I promise y'all.
about how
It's in
he
their
ain't
notes
shit as a
right
daddy.
now.
About
Bro,
all
I
that
just- I will
future
never-
shit.
Hey,
I
baby
look-
names and everything, they have it
Bro,
ready.
I will never get over that Valentine's Day, Joe. When I seen two
That shit
women,
was wild.
I will never get over that. I couldn't believe it. I
Wild.
was like, this can't be real. This can't be
Yo.
true. Like, you got to be some type of dude to do that and not care and just know, like, I don't care and they ain't going nowhere. As a matter of fact, I'm
Wild.
pregnant over here.
Yeah, the boy wild,
That
man.
shit's
And it's
wild.
ghetto. It's ghetto. But speaking,
Like, Joe, that was February.
yeah, that was,
Women have gotten pregnant since then. We only in May.
yeah,
Y'all understand
They
this?
lined
Yeah.
up.
yeah.
That wasn't the two. That was in
Listen,
the
all I'm saying is,
No.
Every month is
It's-
going to be a new one.
yeah, I was about to say it's May. We got the rest
Yeah.
of the year to go.
This year's so ghetto.
Wait till Father's Day. I'm waiting on that
Oh
IG
my
post.
Father's Day gonna be lit.
I
Father's
promise
Day,
that's
I'm
gonna be
on
hard.
Shade Room on Father's Day. It's about to be lit.
Yeah, but speaking of lit and ghetto and all the rest of that, Kwame Brown.
Kwame. Is it Kwame or Kwame?
It don't even matter at this point. But listen, if he's listening, fam, I got no beef with you whatsoever.
Zero.
None. We here at the G7 Pod don't want no smoke or nothing aimed this way. None of that, bro. My man went on a rampage for a week. I think he even got a podcast deal or some shit today.
For real?
Yeah, I think he got a podcast today.
I just want to know where all these Kwame Brown fans were when he was actually playing for the Lakers.
Where are they going to be on this podcast? Because nobody cared about Kwame Brown or Kwame Brown or
Listen.
whoever he is.
All
they
I
do
seen
now.
was I seen Marcellus Wallace tweet podcast and the playing field is even or something along them lines today. And we know historically how these things go. Negativity travels faster. And my man
Like
is
the
on that
speed of
epic
light.
Charlie Sheen-esque run right now. My man is on it. What was that shit Charlie Sheen had back in the day? Blood. What he say?
Tiger blood.
Tiger blood. Charlie
Tiger
Blood.
Winning.
winning.
All right.
Winning.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen was one of them first viral clips of celebrities wilding the fuck out.
I love Charlie Sheen's meltdown. That shit was classic.
Yeah.
It was epic. Ain't nothing topping that.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen
But
was
look,
nothing
look,
tops Charlie Sheen.
Oh, listen, I'm ready for this.
everybody forgot about Kwame Brown until
Absolutely.
this
Right.
week.
What was there to remember?
Right.
Be honest. What was there to
Nothing.
remember?
And that's what I'm
Nothing.
saying. Like
There you go.
everyone keeps talking about it. I was like, damn, y'all didn't show this much support when he was actually playing basketball.
Because he wasn't good at it.
Well, I know that, but I'm just
So-
saying, like, it's sad. It's
So-
sad as hell.
we live in a society where we
Look, man,
want the
if-
mess.
if
It ain't
we-
about wanting to smoke. We
we're
want the
we're
mess.
a results-based business, okay? If you don't have the results, you don't do very well. So Kwame Brown, listen, the only reason why Kwame Brown can come out and say anything, because he still was a number one pick, and he's name dropping other people who are important. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
sometimes when you bring out people that are important or more important than you, people gonna listen because you got a story.
Right.
Because you got a story they
Right.
don't have. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
now listen, I wasn't there, but you were, so I'm gonna listen to you
Right.
and hear what you got to say.
I
So-
know you know.
Right. So the thing is with Kwame Brown, I didn't listen to everything, but the snippets I heard, this is the thing. He understands that people get in a point in their life sometimes where they reflect and they say, I should have been something that didn't happen. And that's where he's
Right.
at. But instead of
Right.
taking accountability for that, he's trying to blame everybody else for why he didn't succeed. Okay.
Right.
Instead of saying, you know what, I was a 17-year-old kid. I got drafted into an organization that had the toughest the mentally toughest dude to ever play it. And I wasn't ready because I didn't take basketball that seriously. And I didn't take it seriously through my career. And I didn't do the things that I needed to do to be great. And maybe I could have been, but he can't take accountability for that. So now he wants to go out there and talk about everybody and name drop. He wants to talk about Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes is a podcast, so now people know who he is. He wants to talk about Mike. Everybody know who Mike is. You know what I'm saying? He wants to talk about Gilbert Arenas because people know Gilbert Arenas had a better career. So people understand who he is. So again, because I wasn't there, like hell, Sable, if you got a story about Michael Jackson, we tuning in and listen.
Right.
Okay? Because you know him and we don't. So if you got a story behind it, we're going to listen. So now Kwame Brown has stories about people that we know, which is going to get him put back on the map. But I don't give a damn what Kwame got to say. Listen, bro, take accountability for your career. It didn't end up the way it was, but that's because of you. That wasn't everybody else. I'm good on Kwame.
Jason said he think he's speaking a lot of truth. So one of the things that he brought up was the Charlamagne thing, and that trickled down with a lot of what Charlamagne has dealt with over the years. And again, like the Joe Budden podcast, a lot of people that don't follow Charlamagne, this shit is new information, and it's big business. Negativity travels fast. I'm sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that I know the details or what happened. I'm not there. I can say the same thing about a few other cases and situations. But I feel like it's a nasty thing. And I get it. Somebody talk about you, you're going to bring it up. And, you know, that's your ammo. I'm not mad at it. You know, I'm not mad at it at all that you brought it up. I'm not mad at it that you went on a week-long rant aiming and shooting at everybody that you had animosity with or even mentioned you. But we got to pick a side, man. And that's the one thing that I've always said about black people in general. Black people have a tendency to hold on to what they want to hold on to and use it against you, i.e. the Charlamagne situation. Are you saying that you believe in the judicial system or you're not? Are you banking on the system working or you're not? Are you banking on white people are against us or this, that, and the third, or you're not? When you start to bring up that situation, if Charlamagne was convicted, got nothing to say. If Charlamagne had, you know, a rep or continue to do and show certain behaviors, I get it. You're talking about a lot of people, including Kwame. I don't know what he been doing, but I know he ain't been at the forefront. A lot of people that ain't saying shit about black lives or doing shit to advocate for real estate or, you know, bettering yourself, mental health, and none of that. You want to bring up his past or a situation that was people already know about that he's already addressed because it helps your case, and you want to rant and call him a rapist and everything else and then get mad when he does the legal thing, not the nigga thing. The legal thing is cease and desist. I'm going to have my lawyers contact your lawyer and your people. You can't be saying that about me. It's not true or whatever. Either way, I could go the nigga route and put money on your head. I can go the nigga route and go online and start saying, nigga, you can't come to the hood and I'll fuck you up and I'll beat your ass. And I feel like a lot of that.
Not when you're in that situation. Not when you're in Charlamagne's situation.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm bigging up Charlamagne's situation because Charlamagne has.
That's not an option at this point.
That's why I say that Charlamagne's thing is he's addressed it. Charlamagne's thing is I can't get away from it, so I'm going to go ahead and tell it. And what I was saying earlier in our chat was people do that same thing to Kobe. Oh, y'all, you know, praising a rapist. And it's like, was he convicted of rape? Do you believe in the system or you don't? Because if you do believe in the system said otherwise. If you don't, then you already know that it's flawed. But you have to pick a fucking side. You can't just use it when it's convenient. It's the dumbest shit ever. I've said that shit about black people. Black people all the time sit back and say, I'm a march and I'm going to do these things and this is my right to do, all while saying they don't give a fuck about our rights. Nigga, pick a fucking side. What are you doing? Do you want them to give you rights or do you realize that the system is broken? You have to pick a side. Are you waiting for a David, what's his name, Chauvin verdict? Or are you going to take justice in your own hands? What makes or breaks you? And certain people pick and choose when they want to bring up your past and the things that's going on. OJ probably could have slid for most of us, whether we felt like he did it or not. Hey, OJ, not convicted. We happy. Whoa, go on, OJ. OJ took it upon himself to continue to do fuck shit. So when it's convenient, most niggas is just like, OJ did that shit.
Well, I think that, I mean, you bring a good point with OJ. And I think that what I believe in is that two things can be true. Okay.
Me too.
I always say that two things can be true. You can believe that OJ did what he did. And there are some that are also still a fan of OJ Simpson. And they believe what he's done. And which is why he's still relevant to this
Tyson
day.
is another one.
I mean, like, OJ is still relevant to this day. And he's still, because people are still fans of OJ Simpson because of how great of a football player he was. I'm not saying I'm one of them. I'm just saying that's the truth. So two things can be true. You can believe that, and you also can compartmentalize. I always have a problem saying that word. The two between, like, saying, hey, he was great at football, but I believe he did this. And people do that a lot. And in this situation with Charlamagne, I didn't know much about it. So this is kind of the first time I heard it. And, you know, I'm kind of picking up bits and pieces and evidence. And I'm kind of with you, as you said in the group chat today, is that, look, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. So I only have what's in front of me, you know. But Kwame Brown, for you to bring this up, it's almost like the Joe Budden thing. You trying to pull me down and pull me where you are, okay? Because I've addressed this, okay? According to what I saw today, there was no DNA evidence left. Now, that doesn't take away the hurt and the pain of this woman and her mother and what happened, because obviously something did happen. That doesn't mean Charlamagne was responsible. It doesn't mean he was not responsible. I mean, he could have been. But based on the evidence that we had, there's no DNA evidence putting him there. So even though he was there and he had maybe have been around the situation, his name was in the situation, Kwame Brown, you bringing up something that I've taken care of over 20 plus years ago is just trying to bring me back to your misery because you're unsatisfied with where your life is, right?
And what I understood of it,
devil's advocate.
Well, you know, and like I said, y'all can fact check me. Y'all can fact check me. But what I understood of the situation was Charlamagne worked in radio, wasn't popular, wasn't popping, was back home. He had a cousin that was maybe like 18, 19 or something along them lines. He supplied some liquor for a party. A girl there was underage, and that's how that went down. So he was the supplier. He was the one that got the liquor that was, you know, not 21 or whatever the case was for a party. So that was my understanding, and that's vaguely speaking. I don't know the details. He wasn't in the area. He wasn't the one to touch the girl. He was the supplier of the liquor. That was what I understood. Now, he addressed it. That was what I came away from it from. I understand how situations and legal shit goes and people's mind, and once you attach to some shit, unfortunately, it's always kind of following you there, and you got to keep explaining yourself, and it sucks. But when he went through the shit, when he had a Showtime show, he had a couple, you know, books that were top sellers and everything else. The show, I think, got pulled while his podcast was going, while his radio show was popping and everything else. I think they didn't want to bank on it because those things kept coming up. So for Kwame Brown to bring it up again in the fashion that he did, in the words that he used, I'm a firm believer of watch what the fuck you say. Because I've been in situations where people say some shit and they blow it out of proportion, and then suddenly you tagged with a stigma, and it's like, yo, if you don't get the whole fuck out of here. And say, you know, people hate it or love it, but if I sat back and I said right now, yo, Santana wear nail polish, a lot of people can't remove that from their memory. And now everything that they see about him is going to turn into some weirdo shit. Oh, Santana wear nail polish? And now not only are they looking for nail polish, they say, oh, man, he got a nose ring. Yo, boy getting his hair done. And that's how shit starts. And we all know that. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to get into that loop, I always say, I understand that from white people. And I understand I got white listeners, but for black people to do that to black people is a wild thing. Kwame, you ain't have to even go all there. You know what I mean? Say what you need to say about certain people. Move the fuck on. Move the fuck on.
Let me be devil's advocate for him real quick, though.
Go ahead.
To say a while ago, I was rolling somewhere, whatever morning that was that came out, and Charlamagne tried to do it in a way that said, you know what, his family is wild, so leave him alone. But instead of just saying, I'm from South Carolina, and I know his family is wild, like that's a brother you want to leave alone. Live on the air, he ran down like his family's history as far as Kwame's father and his brothers, like word for word on cases.
Right, but
so Kwame Brown brought that up in a way to say, Like, all right, you talking about my family, like I'm gonna bring up the shit you got on
listen,
you,
and
I'm gonna bring up what your father did.
But see, here's the
that's
thing,
that's what Charlamagne did to him. Since we're talking about what black people
and
do.
I understand all of that, but the thing about it is when you're a public figure, we come on here often, we say it. What's in the public is in the public. You can't get mad at that. You put that information out there, or you decided to go ahead and take your space on the public stage. If Kwame kept going and I didn't see that episode. If Kwame don't say nothing, I don't see that episode. I don't even know they said it about him. So, I understand you hurt and the rest of that, but they said the same shit about cats like Jordan. Hey, Jordan had a gambling problem. This is why his father died, and this is why this is going on, and this is why this is going on. Oh, Tiger Woods was doing this, and this is why this is going on, and this is why this is going on. Oh, and it's like that's part of what goes with it. But Kwame didn't have to, that knife that's in there. You ain't got
Charlamagne ain't have to either though.
I was just gonna say Charlamagne
didn't have to go. That's why I say he could have said,
It
"Yo,
sounded like
if he's trying to go to the point where leave Kwame alone, he could have said leave Kwame alone."
Listen,
He ran down the entire
Right.
history.
That's Charlamagne.
He's talking about sticking a knife in.
Charlamagne does that though. That's his MO.
Charlamagne is a suspect individual. He's
Don't
another.
get me started on that part.
Listen, he is another character.
Don't even get me started with that side.
Let's call it what it is. I don't sugarcoat shit. Charlamagne is one of those guys that no matter how successful he is, Buddy is just a little too comfortable with some of the shit he does and says and he puts out there. And that's including running his mouth. He's suspect. Yes, Sean. He's suspect. You know exactly what the fuck I am talking about. Suspicious. He does some
how did you think that Flex handled the situation on the
Don't even get me started on
Okay, so let me just bow out right here. When it comes to Funk Master Flex, I don't listen to shit this car show holding ass nigga say because he only appears. I'm just being honest. You don't hear about Funk Flex until he's throwing somebody under the bus that's related to his business. That's it. Funk Flex can go 2-3 years without saying nothing, and then when it's time to shit on Drake or it's time to shit on somebody, that's when he dropping bombs.
Drake,
and the rest of that.
Jay, who else?
Yeah,
who else
that's the only time I ever
Drake?
hear from Funk Flex, and I said it before. That's what I was alluding to. It's funny to me that these things happen. You can say what you want to about certain individuals or whatever, whether you believe in the system or not. But what I can't deny is the growth and the progression of Charlamagne and the things that he does. If he stands in front, I've seen him stand in front of and on white platforms and not cater to white men and say what the fuck he needs to say despite his past. Now, that doesn't to me sound like somebody that's trying to cover up what I've been through. There's niggas out there that are steer as far away from their past as possible as not to bring it back up. When I have to sit up here daily and be a character and know that this is there, I don't know if I'm necessarily I said it about police. Hey, listen, if I shoot your black kid, I don't care what the lawyer said about me. If I'm truly fucking remorseful, you gonna know it. In a courtroom or in life, it is fucking me up. I did not mean to kill that kid. But if I did and I don't feel shit and it's part of my job and it's just another day and I'm getting patted on my back and I'm getting paid and I'm getting compensated and the rest of that, I'm gonna listen to the lawyers and I'm gonna keep on moving. Why? Shit, I'm winning. I might even get off of this shit. I just don't feel like you can be remorseful. I don't feel like you can be somebody. I said it before. I don't think you can be somebody, regardless of what one person's opinion of you is, that can get on a live podcast or live your life daily knowing that somebody out there hates you to the point where they want to slander you. It takes a lot of fucking balls. It takes a lot, especially if I'm literally walking into federal facilities or White House or tapping into Donald Trump and his allegations and everything else, knowing that the thing is there. That's a wild card to hold. That's a wild card to hold. And people don't see it that way, but that is a very wild card to hold. If I know for a fact I slid, hey, listen, that's what our biggest gripe with OJ was, just to keep him in the loop. Biggest gripe with OJ was he slid. OJ, you got off. Shut the fuck up. Don't do shit else. Don't go to jail. Don't draw no attention to yourself.
Just chill.
That's it. Just chill. He couldn't do that for the life of him. The same thing happened with the Chicago rapper Lil Reese. Fam, you got shot multiple times. You escaped death. You can barely fucking talk. You probably shouldn't be nowhere near violence or gang activities. But here you are. There's a lot of people out there that just don't learn a fucking lesson. Monica Lewinsky sucked the dick and got the fuck out of Dodge.
That was an interesting example that you used out of all the ones you could have pulled.
I'm saying you don't really.
Out of all the ones that we could have pulled from,
that's the one you chose.
That was the one that you decided.
Listen,
she
could have continued on. Let's keep it. Hold. I'm gonna tie it together. Let's be honest. Monica Lewinsky, we don't know what she's doing, but in the land of OnlyFans and everything else, who's not paying to see Monica Lewinsky and think, yo, this is what the president got? She could make a bank off of it. I don't know what she's sitting on.
I don't know what Monica Lewinsky's looking like these days. I have no idea.
We didn't know what she was looking like before it, though.
I did not.
We didn't know who she was before it. You stupid.
Bill sure did. Bill did.
Bill saw every day slapped on her butt.
He saw everything.
Bow, go on, girl. Get out of here before Hillary come. Hey.
Oh yeah, that's
it. Comment on this.
All I'm saying
that's
is
it right there, baby. That's it right there, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just refrain from comment, Joe. I'm gonna let that one just lay where it's at.
Listen, certain people have habit. That's all I'm saying. Certain people have habit. Let's not lie. That's not bullshit. There's certain people that cannot break habit. You have habit. You have a thing. You need that. You can't get out of your own fucking way.
This is my thing, man. It's that, listen, I don't put nothing past anybody.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you make money, just because you're great at what you do, and you happen to basically make a lot of cheese from it. There's a lot of people that are great at what they do that do crazy stuff. Say, well, you may work with somebody right now that I don't know what they do outside of work. But you know what? Their job isn't talking to people nationally, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Their job isn't throwing a football or dunking a basketball, so we don't know. So I don't put anything past anyone as far as that's concerned. My thing is this: just be careful when you start to throw out things. Like in Charlamagne's case, he may be a dude that's like Flex was talking about how he always talking about putting stuff in women's drinks and doing things like that. I can't comment on that because I haven't heard it or listened to it. But that might be who he is. But that doesn't mean that doesn't mean he raped that chick. That doesn't mean that. So be careful when you start talking about that. Okay? Because if you're directing something at me with that, then you need to know 100% sure that I did that.
Right.
Now, I need receipts.
Yeah.
You can't be screaming those types of allegations without receipts.
You cannot. If I've been cleared legally, my DNA was not on that girl, don't call me that. Okay? And there will be, and he's handling it the right way. You can, as you say, cease and desist if you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's where I am with the responsibility of this. And that's where we don't have it as a society in general, is that we have a bigger platform than ever before. And with that platform, that voice can carry instantly, okay, over masses. But with that is a lack of responsibility because we just say what we want to say. And we have no evidence. We have no background.
No context.
We have,
that's what I said.
no
Once
receipts,
it's out there. You're right.
no nothing. But we just say it. And because Charlamagne is a big enough name, because Charlamagne is a lot bigger than what Kwame Brown is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But Kwame Brown is big enough for people to kind of, antennas go up.
It's crazy because, like you said, like now all I keep thinking about is, damn, Ma, you used to buy detergent and you ain't share it with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So wow, you used to live
the nail polish along with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it's like, hey, my man said he got a light up keyboard. Hey, listen, it's a lot of things that go on that you just look at a nigga.
Hey, hold on. Who said that?
You know who said that, Mr.
No, I don't know who said that.
Mr. Never. Hold on. Listen,
no, wait.
Let me tell y'all. Hold on.
Terrence said it.
I'll say it. No, he did.
Terrence said it.
Put it up on the screen.
Terrence said it.
Put it up on the screen. He ain't say that. Put it up on. I don't believe it.
He did say it though. He said it though. About you too. Now,
hey, what that mean, fam? Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait.
No. Listen, I got another fucking.
What that mean? What light up keyboard mean?
Since Terrence want to come into the motherfucking podcast today, Terrence, all that energy you got towards LeBron getting poked in the eye and shit, nigga, you ain't never picked up a fucking basketball in your life.
It don't matter. You can't roll around like that. You a grown ass man. Like I don't give a damn. He ain't had to pick up nothing. I don't care what Terrence does. That's a grown ass man, dog.
Here we go.
Hey, have
Here
y'all
we
ever
go.
seen? Hey, wait, look. Hey, look. Have y'all ever seen somebody lay on the ground and put their hand on their hip?
Look,
I hate everybody.
this brother,
I hate
he's the biggest,
everybody.
strongest dude. In the
I'm a
league.
LeBron fan, but
Lay on
he's
the ground
the
like this,
worst
bro.
actor.
Look,
He is the
Lay on the
biggest
ground like
flopper in the world.
6'8",
grabbed your
350.
head, bro.
He
You
laying
grabbed
like
your
this,
head,
bro.
and you was rolling on the ground, kicking your feet on the court. What? And then had
Jordan-
the audacity
Hey,
to
y'all
Marcus,
say,
like Jordan would never.
look, I would never. Hell with Jordan, I would never. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, the hell with Jordan. I mean, come on.
Listen, we
Then the
saucing,
fool-
nigga.
then the
Fuck
fool
you,
had
man.
to
You
tell
seen
us.
our
You
Mountain
had
Dew
to tell us.
commercial.
This
Who
is
else
your
got
man,
a Mountain Dew?
This
Who-
is your king. This is your king now.
Your
This is
king.
your king.
Hey, y'all seen him.
Then
Y'all
your
seen my man.
king, your king came out there and said us, yeah, man,
Hey.
I was seeing 3 rims.
Three
I just picked
rims.
one in the middle.
3 rims. And
If you
Draymond
believe
Green
that,
shot to
I'm
the
slapping
one
it
on the
out you right
left.
now.
So
You bet
we
not.
just
You
showed
bet-
you.
look,
He
you
just
bet
showed
not.
you.
You
He
bet
just
not.
showed you. He just showed you. It ain't that easy. Draymond saw 3 rings. He shot to the left and missed the layup. So I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear
Look, bro, he told me he saw 3. He said he saw 3 rims. What?
Bruh, come
Hey,
on,
listen,
man.
we just
Come
talked.
on, like,
We just
stop
talked
it,
about
man.
this. You weren't there, Marcus. You weren't there. You didn't
weren't
see how many
there.
rings he saw. He saw 3 rims.
He didn't.
3
if you
rims.
believe-
He said,
I-
Steph,
listen, man.
Steph, I couldn't see, dog. I'm sorry.
That went in. Yeah, yo, that.
Yeah,
Look at the
that's
rim.
what-
that's
That
What
went
about when
in.
you
Like,
talk
yo, get the,
basketball?
get,
Hey,
turn
when
this
they
shit
talk-
off, man.
when they
LeBron be
basketball,
trolling.
Get
LeBron
this
be
shit off my
trolling.
TV right
Hey,
now.
he looked at Steph. Ball. Steph, I'm sorry.
I was on that CJ McCollum,
three.
dog. I was like, 3. I'm going to sleep, Joe. I'm just going to sleep. I'm done with this fool tonight. But you know what? He kept the story going. Everybody he talked to that night, he was like, man, I saw 3 rims.
My man
I picked one
said,
in the middle.
He committed.
Duh. Like, who? I don't know, man. Yeah, straight Van Damme and Bloodsport shit. You seen that shit?
Bruh.
Bruh.
Man,
This nigga's stupid.
Like, come on, man. That shit off my TV, bro.
3 rims, dog. 3 rims. 3 rims.
bro, come on, man.
I shot
I would have took. He'd say this. This what
I
I
shot
do.
at the middle.
saw
Was,
3 rims.
listen, I shot at the middle. Was
Come on,
wow.
man.
I shot at the middle.
It's a wild. Hey, Santana, we making that shirt.
Space Jam about to look different to me now, bro. I was so excited to watch Space Jam. That shit.
What you mean? You ain't more
Space Jam
excited?
look real funny.
Jordan
to
in
me
it.
now.
Jordan in it. Huh?
Jordan ain't never mind. Yo.
Jordan
What y'all
in
got
it.
next, bro? What y'all got next, fam?
Jordan in it. So
He is, man.
Jordan's
I
in
guarantee he
Space
ain't
Jam
flopping in it
too.
either. I guarantee that.
God
That's what I do.
damn
guarantee.
it, Marcus. You had to go there. God damn it.
But
Flopping.
bro, come on, man.
Oh man, listen.
Like I got a question. Is
Go
it
ahead.
not okay to be tough anymore? Is it not okay?
No.
Like if I'm the biggest,
Did you
strongest
see
dude in
AD
the league,
today? Did you see
you
AD
can't
today?
like.
Did
There's
you
nothing you
see?
can do to me to put me on the ground,
Did you see that AD clip I sent you?
bro. I'm don't. You already look. You know how I feel about AD. You already know how I feel about AD.
Everybody's seen the
You already
AD clip
know.
I sent y'all, right? All right.
You already know how
So,
I feel about AD.
all right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'm just checking.
You know, I can't even watch that
In
dude play
denial of
basketball.
what? Listen, y'all gotta tell me what am I in denial of? I agree with y'all. Listen, the shit is soft. I don't even. If you've ever listened to me talk about LeBron James, I'm the most critical of him. Jason, I know you in here. JP, if y'all have ever heard me talk about basketball, I'm the first nigga to say, get this nigga the fuck up out of here on that court. Why? Because for having 18 years, you've been watching the nigga go and you like, yo, are you going to show up today? Are you not going to show up today? Are you going to dominate today? Are you going to pass today? Why you ain't dunk that bitch? Why you ain't like, I don't really, I say it all the time, man. As far as LeBron James is concerned, the one thing you will only ever hear me say is the man was made to play basketball. I don't got to understand it. Y'all don't got to understand it. That's his job. That's what he's done since damn near 10 years
Stable.
old.
Since you like tall, stable motherfuckers.
Yeah.
If you see AD fall out like that, or not even AD, your man fall out and roll on the ground like that, what do you say?
I'm leaving the court. I'm leaving the
Yeah,
court.
Sable ain't
I'm
never
leaving the
done
court.
that.
I'm leaving the court. I'm leaving the court. I'm leaving the court.
Don't even say the court. Let's say like a real life situation, real life situation, like in
saw-
a club.
I saw 3
Your man
Sables.
6'8", and somebody my size jump up, poke him in the eye. and he fall out on the floor.
I don't
roll
know this
around
man.
and then put his hand on the hip and look at you like, you know what I'm saying? Then what?
I've never seen this man a day in my life. I don't know who this is.
You taking your pussy back? I ain't never slept.
Yes. Yes.
I just kept
taking it back. Taking it back. You
Brian,
never hit this. You never hit this. I don't know you.
That patch off like T.I. did Lauren
I
London.
don't know you. I don't know you. Taking my pussy back. I don't know you. I never met this man a day in my life.
Listen, for the record,
I don't understand how women can see that attractive.
It's not.
But you gotta want to know.
Rolling around on
Listen,
the ground.
stop.
Rolling
Listen,
Get your big ass up.
Stop.
What
First
are
of
you
all,
doing?
I would be in Walmart. My wife.
hold on.
Put my hand on my hip.
Listen,
Listen. Never.
We not gonna do that. Let's not act like the man ain't. We've talked about this. We could talk about the on-court antics all day. The man had a whole summer of saying, Taco Tuesday. Come on, dog. You a different nigga when you doing Taco Tuesday. Let's not go there. And you won't let this go?
No, hold on.
You right.
He tried to copyright Taco Tuesday. That's when you different. Like, you didn't understand that Taco Tuesday was here before you?
Fam.
You thought he really thought he invented Taco Tuesday.
Whoa. He said.
Shit.
Y'all talking like the man don't sit out here every day. Hold on. I'm gonna take it a step further because I understand where y'all going, but Marcus, I'm never getting on a banana boat with none of you niggas.
Look, I'm not inviting you. By the way, I was just gonna let you know that wasn't I wasn't inviting you.
So let's not do that. It's nothing wrong, Sean. There's nothing wrong with Taco Tuesday. Y'all hear me, Sable. You know I'm a taco advocate, bro.
I enjoy Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
Taco Tuesday
I enjoy it. It's an excuse to have tacos. I love it. But if you ever see me get on any social media or record myself,
look.
Hey, record.
Go ahead and block
Come
me.
to your big ass being on the court. Get your ass up.
I don't give a damn what you record.
Get up and grab your
Nah.
Do not lay there 6'8",
I don't care about that.
Put your hand on your hip on the ground.
Nah, Marcus, I'm sorry. I'm judging.
On the ground, if you falling out on the basketball court when you the biggest one there,
listen, I said what I said. I'm judging you if you get on, if you record yourself, if you pick your phone up at dinner with all the money you got and record Taco Tuesday. I'm going to look at you a little funny, G, because one, you just said they got to see this. That's what goes on in your head. They have to see this.
I'm gonna fuck him up with this one.
That's what goes on in your head. You say, you know what, man?
Look, man,
I'm gonna kill him with
He's bringing
this.
joy to the many of his millions of followers.
So listen, I ain't mad at that. But all the other shit that y'all talking about on the court, man, fuck. Listen, it couldn't be me. Sorry, not sorry. Y'all heard me. I'm on record saying if Steph Curry shimmy and shoot on me, I'm breaking this. I'm Tanya Harding this nigga's legs at 10 points. You will not drop 30 on me. I'm on record saying this shit on this podcast.
Look,
I'm on record. I'm just built different. You can't do that. My family watch it. My girl watch it. You not dropping 30 on me and doing all this down court.
I've never taken a charge in my life. I've never taken a charge because I cannot let another man just run through me willingly. I just can't do it. I cannot stand there and let somebody run through me.
The charge shit is the charge shit is at the bottom of the list. What you're not going to do is continue to
see another grown man fall out on the floor like that is a problem for me. Like, you got a wife and kids. They are watching right now.
Listen.
And they're watching your grown ass father who got poked in the eye roll around on the floor.
He said, Paul.
Like, whatever you want to call it.
What you're not going to do, I don't care what you say. And I hear this. This is where I love the old era. What you not gonna do is come down court, shoot at a half court, time and time again, or just dribble, shoot, and before the ball goes in, turn around, walk the other way, and do some shit like this. And I'm not gonna smack you. I got a little Ron Artest in here. I've said this. Everybody that's had disputes with me when the Warriors and the LeBron and everybody, this whole era of the Warriors when they were doing that thing, I love Steph. Y'all know I love Steph. But it's just certain shit that you just can't get away with. And I'm going to let you know at least one time you can't get away with it. So the next time you try to do it, you're going to think fucking twice. You will not shimmy on me and do all that little weirdo shit. But again, we from a different era. I agree and I co-sign everything that
But
y'all
we
saying.
not,
I'm just from a
though.
distance.
LeBron is 36, bro. We not. Like,
Okay.
that's the crazy thing about this is that we're not from that, and he's not from that era. Like, he's not.
He's,
So
but
I don't know
he's,
why
but
I don't know why he's like
but
this.
he molded a different era though. That flopping shit, when they didn't have rules and the ref wasn't looking out for it, he took advantage of it. And we can say what we want to, but them niggas is doing it now. They doing it. All the charging and shit, they doing it.
Bro,
Yo, listen, the shimmy and not weirdo shit, but you got to be tough enough to beat my ass. And, you know.
Look, the crazy thing about this whole era is that everybody want to talk about, especially since Kobe passed, is the Mamba mentality, right?
Yeah.
And they always want to talk about it when they hit a shot. Kobe tore his Achilles, hit 2 free throws, walked off the court and didn't say shit.
Yep.
It didn't talk about it, didn't say anything. Okay? Yep. But you fools get poked in the eye talking about you seen 3 rims. Okay? One day you talking about you broke your damn hand in the finals. We didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? You trying to tell everybody how hurt you were every chance you get. But then the next second, Mamba mentality. No, Mamba don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. I'm going to drop 30, then I'm going to take a sabbatical because you know what? I just need a couple days off. That ain't Kobe, bro. That ain't Kobe.
It's weird, man.
So it's funny how these dudes always talk about when they get a chance to Mamba mentality, but the next second, they laying out on the floor.
But that's the era. Listen, the era is soft, man. You know what? I low-key believe the reason why the 3 ball is as important as it is right now is because you got a nigga like AD that don't even want to go to the hole. This nigga's 7 foot tall.
He don't want nothing to do.
Scary as hell.
Yeah, like so I'm sorry, but when we grew up, the dunking, if I dunk on you, it don't matter how many score. Like, I'm literally from the era of it don't really matter how many points I score. If I dunk on you, I own you, nigga. It's there. The girl saw it, the nigga saw it, you know it. I'm walking away from it. Like, especially
that was a hangover, Terrence. That wasn't the flu.
I was gonna say that wasn't the flu, Terrence.
That was a hangover, buddy.
Yeah, that was apparently bad pizza or Chinese food. Or
it was food poisoning.
That
was Henny.
And Terrence, listen, I'm a
y'all ever hear the
story? It's not J.R. Smith.
Yeah,
Henny game.
It wasn't J.R. Smith who was working at the pizza joint.
Yeah,
did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
The actual dude who was working there that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna double down on what I said to Terrence today when he privately chatted me some bullshit. Terrence, you ain't never picked up a ball in your fucking life. Stop talking sports, nigga.
He said he plays baseball.
He said I rode a bull
with balls.
Nigga, I rode a bull before.
We not doing
nothing.
You don't have nothing.
Nothing tougher.
You not talking about nothing basketball. I don't want to hear no LeBron James slander or nothing for the rest of this goddamn year, nigga. You until I see you shooting a goddamn ball.
Still waiting on this light up keyboard shit though. I'm still waiting on.
Man, listen, Terrence,
I'm still waiting on that.
Terrence got issues with everybody. He over here.
Still waiting on.
He got one issue
light up
with
keyboards though.
Listen, I can listen to.
I can this weekend.
Cause listen,
I got light up keyboard too.
Stay in the house.
I pray.
Wow.
I break somebody's ass off and go type on my light up keyboard how I did it.
Hold on.
I can't get my hair done for me just because I like to look at me.
You could. I'm just saying.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere.
Listen, we got.
I told you. He said y'all niggas ain't matador. I told y'all.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Listen.
Terrence said I've been gored before. Got up, made breakfast. No problem.
Boy, listen. I'm not even gonna go into this because we almost 2 hours in this. Santana, go ahead and handle this Porsche. I don't know shit about Porsche. I don't know nothing about that show. I don't know nothing about it.
That's Sean to say, but I just had a little shit to add.
We were supposed to have Sean on here.
All right, well, listen. Y'all handle. I don't know nothing about them. I'll listen. I don't know nothing about nothing. Do y'all think we can end this? But
where's Sean?
But she's nasty.
Well, listen, Terrence. All I'm gonna say is I'll listen to sports for Marcus because I know Marcus is a top tier athlete and really done it. Terrence, you don't fix your mouth no more to talk about no more. You ride them bulls. You wear your goddamn cowboy hat. And if you want to talk to me about country music or some shit like that, you could talk to me about country music.
I got a horn in the eye. I didn't roll around like that.
Yeah, dog. You don't mention light up keyboards. Matter of fact, you even fix your mouth to say anything about LeBron James. If you even say, look, I'm gonna goddamn jump over this goddamn keyboard and fuck your ass up. You say, look, anymore.
The drama.
Yeah. How about that? And if you got any problems, invite me on your podcast. I'll double down.
Yeah, I was on your side to that light up keyboard shit, fam. What's up? You still ain't say what's up with it.
You out
I'm still looking for the explanation.
Kind of pressed.
Big press. What's up?
Because he volunteered it. He ain't even have to say all that. And he got a light up keyboard too. And he got a light up keyboard.
I mean, I got LED lights behind me. What's up? What's wrong? What's wrong with lights, son?
Boy, Terrence, tell you, boy, you in hot water. I know when your wedding is, nigga. I know when your wedding is, nigga.
I can't.
Y'all go ahead.
Hi, Sean.
Everybody got different heads and shit today.
Wait,
everybody got new hair and shit today.
You know, I'm out here looking like a heterosexual male.
Get the fuck out of here, yo.
Hey, all right. Talk about Porsche another time. Put them off, y'all already, yo.
I am looking like a
I'm studio. I told her. I texted her and say, come on the show right. And that's how you come off
this
the
is
studio.
Not right. I got lighting.
You lucky I don't got the button. You be out of here right now.
Listen, y'all had this Porsche conversation.
Like a hetero click. You lucky. You lucky I don't got the key.
Wow. I look like a
I told you get on the show right.
Who the fuck is
you
Porsche?
You got on here wrong.
Who the hell is Porsche? What the fuck happened?
Well, Porsche. Wait, who was you want to go?
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Okay.
We going over.
Whom of which is the new lead cast member of Real Housewives of Atlanta? She did some foul shit. I love Portia. I ain't gonna lie. I love Portia, but I'm not with Portia on this one because
Portia was my favorite.
She was a friend of hers, like Kelly Price said. Okay.
No, okay. I loved her.
She was a friend of mine. Yep.
Oh, we got to get Ronald Isley in here right now.
Portia. So, well, wait, Tana, I know you know about this, but Marcus, did you read what we have said about Portia and like how she got a new boo or whatever?
You know what? I seen it briefly on Shade Room, so I kind of know what y'all talking about.
Okay,
I'm not in depth on it like y'all.
So this last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, there was a new cast member that was brought on.
Yeah.
And she was mentioned as a friend of Portia's. They go to her house as a friend of Portia. So they go to the house to see the pool. This is where she meets the girl's husband.
Right.
And you know all that.
The husband came out with drink. Portia like, oh, you got a good man. He come out with drinks.
Child.
The overacting and overreacting side chick is what I'm calling it.
Child. So look, so the whole season they done been in this woman's house. They done hung out with her. Had Halloween party with the husband there and in the house, the whole nine. So recently, I think it was like earlier this month, maybe last month. It came out that she had a new boo. It's her friend's ex-husband now. But she's trying to claim that wasn't her friend, that she didn't know that woman and she met the husband through blah, 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 blah.
And this has only been a month and they're just so in love. And we like,
they get married and it's the love of her life.
Of course you know. Okay.
So I will say this. I did see something that was saying that, I don't know all the names, but that they may not have been friends. And how they do that reality show was that they'll introduce somebody new and kind of pawn them off as a friend to somebody else. And that's kind of how this new girl got in. So they introduced her as a friend of hers, but she really didn't know her before then.
So here's and I have seen that. My problem with this is whether you're friends or not, sis, you done been in that woman's house with her husband. I wish I would invite some broad to my house and then I find
she was a friend of mine.
I don't give a fuck if we knew each other for 5 minutes or 5 years. I'm setting shit off. I'm setting shit. You can't do that around me. You can't do that around me.
Further to touch back on what you just said. So yes, reality TV is scripted, but also you're a public figure, Portia. You already know how this gonna look. You already know, like, even if that's really not your friend and you really just wanted her man and that's really, you ain't got no ties to her, you already seen the show before y'all did this. It already said Portia's friend. So you already know how that's gonna look. You're a public figure. There's no way to get around it. That's why it's your friend.
Love him,
I would have just liked it if you said fuck it. I mean, I'm on him.
But she love him though. But she love him.
She messy.
Listen,
She
I don't know
messy.
about shit.
honor
I was
that.
a Portia. I was
All
a
right.
Portia fan.
So
I
listen,
loved Portia. I
all
thought
right.
she kept it real.
What
She
if
was
they-
cute.
But what if they last though?
I don't give
What
a
am I?
fuck.
Listen, what am I
It's not-
missing here?
I
What
need
am I
mine.
missing?
Not
What
about
if
to
they
last. That
I
shit
need
ain't
mine to
last.
come.
They're not about to last, but
It's not gonna last. But I just, for the record, if anybody's watching this, you try that shit with me, and it's not going the same way. It's not going the same way.
Wait.
Oh, you
Didn't
gotta
I
let
see
them-
a
I
picture?
don't
Hold
play
on.
that.
Killer
Didn't I
man,
see a
killer
picture?
How
man.
you doing, Mr. Big? What the hell is going on? What you mean what's going on?
Hey, didn't I see a
Not
picture
happening.
with her?
I was talking about the original Kelly Price only friend of mine. I like the dramatic.
Hold on.
I wish I would be. This is the craziest part about it. Is it wasn't even just they're on the same show. They went out to events together, got pictures together. Y'all was kicking it. You out of
Hand on the knee.
pocket. Hand on the
over
knee,
her
just
knee.
all like, no,
Like,
sis,
what?
you out of pocket. You
Big,
out of
big,
pocket.
That's wild.
big look,
That's
big little
wild.
fist her, yo. Oh, we weren't even
Out of
cool
pocket.
like that.
No,
You heard
you
me.
Oh,
out
that
of
little
pocket.
fizz on
man.
Marion shit.
All right, so who y'all
Now
think?
we ain't cool.
Jeez.
Now,
Wait,
now
wait,
we
wait,
ain't
wait,
cool.
Oh
wait,
yeah. Yeah, Fizz had to get his ass whooped. Oh, Marion, somebody got to get their ass whooped for that. I ain't letting that slide.
Exactly.
Yeah, I ain't
Same
letting that
thing.
go.
Same thing.
That's dirty. I mean, that's dirty.
You thought I had
That's
dance moves
dirty
before.
That is kind of dirtier.
That's dirty.
Thought I had some spin moves before.
Damn,
Right.
They
listen,
grew up together.
I
They grew up
forgot
together, and you was
about
his
that.
baby mama
That's wild.
I
And
forgot
they
about
wasn't giving
that
a
little.
goddamn.
at
They
all.
wasn't giving. They didn't give a goddamn
At
motherfucker.
all.
Yeah,
Oh.
listen. I'm gonna be honest. I got one rule. One rule only. You go ahead and be with who you want to be with. But if it's a nigga that I already know, I gotta beat his ass in yours. Off top, just because I feel
that's
disrespectful.
toxic, but
I don't give a fuck.
Toxic.
Listen, you be with who you want to be
That ass
with.
whooping finna be toxic.
Oh yeah, for sure. Listen, y'all be together, but both of y'all gonna walk around knowing that he ain't me, and that nigga gonna wear that next time when he see me. He gonna know to respect me. He gonna know to act accordingly.
Oh.
But it has to be on my mama. Listen, I don't really care about none of the rest of this shit. On my mama,
Okay.
listen. If you a nigga that was already around, if you a homie, oh fam, you catching these hands and everything else, fam. Other than that, do what you want to do. I just don't. I just don't
man.
feel like it's a disrespect for me. Like if a nigga just lingering and around, and I feel like, oh, you've been looking at her the whole time.
Because you've been doing this behind my back.
That's
You've been
what I'm
plotting.
saying.
And that's
I don't
right.
care.
Both
That's
of y'all.
it.
Both of y'all.
Oh yeah, you got to
Oh,
catch this,
man.
and I need you to know when I come over and I ring this doorbell, or for whatever reason we need to communicate, that he can't save you. I need that. I need you. The same way. Listen, let's be
Look
honest.
at
The
how
same
Tanner
way.
sitting back. Tanner's like,
Tanner
yup.
no, Sable no. Listen, the same way Sable said earlier, she can't have a nigga flopping around on the floor. You finna watch this nigga flop around. You got to call an ambulance for this nigga. And at the end of the day, you need to decide how
Somebody call
worth
ambulances.
The ambulance.
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 The
ambulance.
ambulance. The
Ambulance.
Not the
ambulance.
ambulance.
You gonna
Oh
have
my
to call
God.
an ambulance for him, fam. Other than that, you find you a new nigga. He can be out of the circle. I need not know who he is. Do what you do. Be happy. I respect that.
Oh man.
But outside of that little Fizz shit, what was that? Lil Fizz and
Omarion.
Omarion?
Yeah.
Oh, fam, no
we
way.
was too close.
That was bad.
No
that was
way.
really, really bad.
Mm,
That's
Ain't no
worse than
way.
Portia.
That was no
Yeah.
Portia bogus, but that was dirty.
That was
And
dirty.
if I'm not mistaken, what's her name? April Jones? She ain't with him
Yeah.
no more, right?
And she's not
Every
doing anything
fucking
right
dance
now.
move I know in the book is coming out that day. I'm telling you.
On God. On God.
Everyone.
man.
Listen, I live and die by
we-
that, man. It's a lot of things that I could deal with. Disrespect is like, nah, fam. You got to move on. You got to go find you a nigga from other side of the world or some shit. Be who you be with. If it's a nigga close, and it's the same thing. If a nigga shoot his shot and I don't know him, cool. All right, nigga gonna shoot his shot. You bad. If it's a nigga I know, oh no.
Oh yeah, we got to have that Black
Oh,
Panther
no,
challenge. And I'm
no.
definitely asking you,
Oh,
Bishop
no.
King, before I whoop his monkey ass. I'm saying it now. 'Cause the white sitting right behind me.
Oh God, fam. Yeah, nah.
They
we
sure ain't
can't do
nobody
that.
I know.
Fam, any nigga talk behind me,
Yeah.
like if you even know me, I don't even need to talk to you. If you following me or some shit and you talking to somebody that you know I'm involved with, fam, you getting these hands, dog. Oh,
Remember what Ace
God.
Ventura did to the Monopoly man? on Pet Detective?
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm knocking that nigga out. I'm gonna pick him up. Never mind. I'm just saying, yo.
Yeah,
I'm not rolling. I'm not subscribing.
It's
somebody I know.
It's principles in this. It's principalities in this. I don't know nothing about
I told you. So I got certain policies and regulations
Yeah. You're right.
that I follow.
Yeah.
So Sable, you're not going for Nick Cannon? We not? No.
No.
Nick Cannon.
No. Nick Cannon is trash.
Hey, hold on. Why we on
got
what
the copy
inside?
and paste her
We got
notes
money.
ready.
I don't care. That's trash. He dirty.
Copy and paste ready for the June
He
post.
dirty.
Hey,
He's definitely dirty. I told y'all I had some insights.
We waiting.
Oh, run
We
it.
waiting.
Yeah, that's what you here for.
we
Run it.
waiting.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever see that shade room post like a couple of years ago, where someone got like a Nick Cannon face tattoo on them? Did y'all ever see that?
I don't think so.
Recall.
It was like a young lady that had a Nick Cannon like whole portrait like on her body.
I think I may have seen that. I think I may have seen that.
Well, the gag is that I know the girl. It's two of them. They were twins, and one had it on the arm, one had it on the leg. He asked them to do this. That nigga is weird. That nigga is weird. That nigga is strange.
So they got the
Strange.
tattoos and he's weird.
Yes.
Hold on, let's
Right,
rewind a little
right.
bit.
I mean, he was saying that.
I'm not letting you. I'm not letting that shit
That's a weird.
walk
Hold on.
across the stage.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's a weird. It is a weird request.
did it?
It's a weird request. They're weird
Did he
too, but
put a
it's a
gun
weird
to their head
request.
or what?
It's an
It's
odd
a weird-
request.
Like, bitch,
But
I'm gonna
very
show you
creepy
it's disturbing if
request.
you don't do this.
But
Is that what
to follow
happened?
through.
And they did it?
But to follow through, it's an odd request, but you follow through on it.
Right? No, they're
Right.
He was
weird.
taking care of them. He was
Two
definitely
twins, by the
taking care
way.
of them. Yeah,
Twins.
He was
Nick
fucking
Cannon
both of them.
wild.
He was
Nick
fucking
Cannon
both of them
wild.
at the same time. But I mean,
And he's the weird one.
He was
Again, I'm going to
fine.
ask you.
Right.
I mean, people do shit for money, but he
And
is
he's
strange
the
for
weird
asking
one.
that.
Again, I'm going to ask you.
Right. The
I
weird
don't
one is
know.
not him in this case.
Oh, they're the weird one. He's still weird. That man is strange.
He got some.
Some kinks.
I don't. Yeah.
He's a stranger. Yeah, no, that definitely.
I just want to
happened.
know what
I
he's
do know
doing
the
to
two
make these
girls.
women be able to do
Paying
that
him.
type of
Paying
shit.
You know what he
He has
doing?
money.
Right.
Is this
Okay.
it?
It's
There you
just
go.
all money.
Put
He
on
has a lot
check.
of
He
money.
got
The money
money.
gotta be
Let me
so
try
He got
that.
a lot of money.
It's gotta
See
be
how
that.
that going. It's not
That's a
happening.
lot of money. He got a lot of money.
That money gotta be stupid.
I mean,
It's gotta be.
he owns portions of Nickelodeon, and he's like.
No, I mean I know Nick got
bad
money.
people.
Nick got
Right.
money, but I'm
He
like
got
you.
money.
You 7 kids deep at this point,
I
and
mean,
you
still
aiming
got
for
money.
100. So Jesus, if
He
you're
still
like
got
the
money.
10th baby mama, well, how much money you getting?
Steal some money.
lot.
What's 10%
That's
of
crazy.
millions of dollars? Okay, he's rich.
That's
He got
crazy.
money. He can afford a
It's
couple more
he
kids.
reckless though.
Ho,
He reckless.
ho,
Very
ho,
much
ho,
so.
ho, ho, ho,
He
ho. Hold the
reckless.
fuck up. Nick
Not off the
Cannon's net worth is 28 million.
28 million or
28?
billion?
28 million.
That
Million?
can't be right.
I'm not gonna say that's what he got in the bank.
It's
though.
probably more.
Net-
Yeah,
Net
he
worth
has
probably
more.
different from what he actually
Yeah.
had.
Net worth is
And he
usually
has
based on
different
assets and stuff
businesses
like
and-
that.
Yeah,
I
got
know
money.
he gotta have more than that. Got
But
to.
28 million is still a lot of money. I mean, you can take care
Not
of
to be
It's
average.
not.
Like,
It's not a lot for
Okay,
seven
it
kids
doing what he
says-
doing.
in
It
California.
says the
It's
Nick
not a lot
Cannon.
for 7 kids in
I mean,
California.
It
what happened to
says-
everybody grandma that had 12 kids?
Hold on.
Today?
It says
I
Nick
mean,
Cannon's.
shit,
Hold on.
what-
It says Nick Cannon's family.
what you
Nick
mean?
Cannon's
What-
Not for
family.
the type of money. Not for the type of money these broads is trying to get. They trying to have lifestyles.
That was in the name of love. That was in the name of love.
Right. Grandma stayed with grandpa. Grandma stayed with grandpa pushing
Hey,
them kids out.
Listen,
And it was one
I'm
woman.
reading-
Grandma
This
didn't need to
is-
stay with grandpa.
They
Grandma
said
didn't need
Nick
both.
Cannon's family is not only one of the country's youngest elites, but also among the richest. So apparently he comes from money.
I can see that because they probably
I can see
paid
that.
for him to get on Nickelodeon.
I was gonna say
They
that's probably why
paid
it was
for
so corny.
Now,
Most dudes who come from money, no, most 100%
real.
honest.
I
Most
laugh.
people
That's
come from
real.
money. They really corny.
Yeah.
so we all in agreement. We all in agreement that nigga's corny, that nigga's lame. But he
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
is a
trying to figure out
sharpshooter.
who's cornier, him, JCon, or Bow Wow.
You know who?
Actually, it might be Romeo because Romeo was really trying to push for a versus with Bow Wow, and I really just don't understand it. Like
They was bogus for putting up that college commercial.
Hey,
shit,
hold on,
talking
hold
about
on.
That was
part of it.
hilarious.
Well, listen. He not bogus. They not bogus. Anybody on here, and I'm done after this. But anybody on here know any Romeo Miller songs?
Only My Baby. That's it. As a DJ,
I don't
My
even know
Baby.
that
That's
one.
the only song by Lil Ron.
I don't know that one. You know
I
that
don't
one?
He was.
I
That's-
remember that song.
Yeah, no, fuck no. You
I like
can't
that
give him
song.
credit for that.
But
That's
I played that in the
MJ.
club before. I ain't
Now,
gonna lie.
that's it.
I
Verse
played
is
it,
over.
but-
Yeah, verse is over, dog.
Everybody knows a Bow Wow song because I'm pretty sure if a Bow Wow song come on right now, I probably know it word for word. Don't even know it, but probably
Yeah,
know it
listen,
word
Bow
for
Wow,
word.
Bow Wow got one thing going for him, and that is the fact that in his era, he was that nigga. He was Mr. 106 of Park.
Yeah, he was.
Mhm.
Niggas can
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about him
Bow
all
Wow
you want
had
to.
it.
You can talk
Now,
about how he
no.
corny and lame and everything else. Bow Wow was
But I do want to see him
killing.
versus Soulja Boy. I think him versus Soulja Boy is a better battle.
It's gonna be
I
fun.
still
It's
think
gonna
Bow
be
Wow- I think Bow
entertaining
Wow
as
It's
hell.
the
It's gonna be
entertainment
It's gonna be
factor.
entertainment, man. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
think
Bow
entertainment.
Wow got more
Got it
hits.
on
Bow Wow
Soulja
definitely
Boy,
got more
but-
The
hits.
simple
Yeah.
fact that
Soulja Boy
Soulja Boy
gonna
will
do
not
something
accept his
viral.
defeat is what's gonna be funny to me.
Soulja Boy gonna do something viral. Soulja
Listen.
Boy
Get there.
is going
He
to-
will
Hey,
not
I
accept
got
his
Tell
defeat.
y'all, he gonna go in that production. He gonna have to go in
Listen,
that
fuck
production.
production. I got $5 that say Bow Wow. Soulja Boy plays the Drake song that he said Drake
bag.
made.
You know he is.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not gonna watch that.
I can't wait.
You're not gonna
He
watch
said,
that.
I'm
there.
responsible for this shit right here, nigga, and everything that follows. Drake?
And I was gonna say, he gonna do the Breakfast Club walk off when the song come on. You know he going to.
But that aside, listen,
I'm watching.
all they need to do is add Lil Mama in there, and it's a goddamn battle.
Oh, we good. We straight. We straight.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
And on that note,
Yeah, listen, I don't really got nothing else. If y'all done with Portia and y'all
I'm
done
out.
with, all the rest of that shit, I don't really got nothing else, man. What?
I'm good.
What's STFA?
Shout the fuck Andrew.
All right.
See, in the show.
Well,
Thank you for coming on, Sean.
Hold
Oh,
on.
thanks,
Hold on.
son.
We're going to do this one more time.
Why he on the
Oh,
bass?
my God.
What y'all doing?
Sean said, yo.
where you
Go
going
ahead.
tonight, Sable? I know you're going somewhere.
I ain't going nowhere.
What you
Yeah,
doing?
alright.
Period.
I ain't going nowhere.
Period.
Out
son.
here.
You look
I'm not
good.
going nowhere. Thank
You
you.
look
You
good.
did not
Thank
go
you.
ahead and do all that to sit your ass in the house.
They call you Big Purr. You
Big
gonna
Purr.
make that pussy purr?
Well.
All right, yo, that's
All right,
it.
okay.
Ah.
Y'all ain't gonna do buddy.